Alright, we're back with another stream. Let me load things up here and then we'll get ready to go. Let me see, where were we? Okay, YouTube says we're good. I'm waiting for the notification. I got the notification. Hopefully you guys got the notification too. Let me pop chat on my phone. And yeah, we are here with number 90, bro. 90. We've been doing this for quite a long while, but here we are. Another live stream, another day, another Sunday. And let's see here what's chat on my phone. Okay. Been growing so much, bro. In what type of way, Sean? What are you talking about here, bro? But welcome, bro. How you doing? How you doing, Sean? Welcome to the stream. Hope everything's going good with you. And yeah, we're here with number 90. Exactly, Alex. Exactly. I agree. Where were we? Okay. Makes me wonder if some of his subs are bots. JK. No. We don't do any botting here, bro. Didn't get a notification. Shocking. Well, Alex, you're still here, so I'm glad to see that. Welcome, bro. How you doing? How you doing, Alex? How you doing? Oh, man. Why? Why the hell is somebody doing fireworks at 2:25 p.m.? What in the world, bro? What? Why the hell is somebody doing fireworks outside, bro? I don't know if you guys hear that, but okay. Yeah, hopefully it's not gunshots. No, it shouldn't be gunshots, but we're in Canada. Come on now. Yeah, I don't know why there's somebody doing fireworks, but I guess they're congratulating me on 90 streams, so thank you guys. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, bro. Where were we? That one time I didn't forget. By the way, I found Zach in the wild. What do you mean in the wild, bro? What you mean? 3 watching, I guess, is just me and Sean, bro. What the heck? We can't. You'll be glad to know. Lol, it's us. Okay, thank you, Alex, bro. Thank you. I appreciate that, bro. Thank you guys for the fireworks. Well, I got the notification, so I don't know if everybody got the notification, because Alex, you said you didn't get that notification unless you didn't turn on notifications. That's probably why you don't get notifications. But hey, that's just me. That's just me talking, you know. That's just me talking. Those people are just stuck in the UK time zone. Damn, bro. He was on a VTuber's live stream suggesting Sonic music. Oh, damn. Okay. Oh, that's because I have notifications turned off for you. Amazing, exactly, bro. Canada problems for you, for real, bro. No, we don't have no guns here, bro. We don't got no. We got illegal guns here, but no. Other than that, we don't want guns here, bro. Okay. Hold on, my mouse is being weird. Okay, I mean, hopefully more people join us here. I don't know what happened, or if people didn't get notifications. When people don't get notifications, yeah, I guess they're just not on YouTube to check if I'm streaming or not, or whatever. Maybe maybe they're busy today. You know what? Maybe they're busy. Maybe you should make a live stream roll and ping it at the start of each stream. Honestly, probably a good idea, but I feel like that would be hella annoying for the people that don't join the streams in the Discord. So I don't know. Well, yeah, maybe that's a good idea. I don't know how to code that, so yeah, maybe you can do that for me, Alex. I'll give you moderation, bro, on the Discord. You know what? You're a Crush 40 mod, bro. You can be mod for Guz server as well. All right, I hope you're happy, bro. You're getting promoted in the world here. You're getting promoted here. All right, the first video that we have here is Sonic vs Rainbow Dash. I mean, we're gonna check out like 4 more battles after this or something. Now, I don't know if it's a battle like a 1v1 battle or if it's a race, like how fast they are. I don't know. I have never seen My Little Pony, so I don't even know if they have violence in My Little Pony. But yeah, I guess we'll find out in this video. Let's just let's see what happens, how it happens in this battle, bro. Okay. Okay, it seems like a race. Okay. Okay, it is a race. Damn. Okay. Bruh. She's like, what the hell? Bro, okay, damn. Okay, wow. Damn. Okay. Okay. Oh, that's game over. He lost. He's in the water. It's game over. It's over, bro. Yeah, he gone, bro. He gone. Unless, oh, okay, there we go. Well then, who won? Well, who won this photo finish? Bro, who won, bro?
So guys, did you see who won?
Twilight, you saw me wipe the floor with this
Oh
rodent,
my
right?
God.
Tails, you saw me turn this horse into glue, right? Tails?
They're both dead, bro.
Is Tails' ribcage usually torn apart?
No. Are Twilight's eye sockets usually on fire?
No.
Let's never speak of this again.
Never speak of what again?
Exactly.
Okay, well, we don't know who won. Awesome, bro. They killed both of their best friends, and they're like, you know what? Who cares about the little run that we did, the little marathon that we did? Okay, that's yeah, I mean that's definitely very, very interesting. Now I don't know how fast Rainbow Dash is. I mean, she has Dash in its name, so I don't know, bro. maybe Rainbow Dash is faster than Sonic. I mean, allegedly to the video, Sonic pretty much lost if he didn't have the Chaos Emeralds. So, I mean, I don't know if Rainbow Dash has some sort of power up or different form, but Sonic legit had to have a super form, or he had to have the Chaos Emeralds to even at least tie Rainbow Dash. According to this video, I'm not saying that's what happens in real life or whatever, bro. That makes no sense because this is not real life, but you know what I mean, bro. You know what I mean. Let me see what you guys been saying, bro. Hold on. Yeah, maybe. I think we talked about it before. No, don't give Alex more power. I am mad mod for too many servers, including SonicCon UK, which has been pain and suffering. This is Sean's suggestion, right? Yes, this is Sean's. We're gonna check out a couple more battles here, so we'll see that as well. What the heck? I don't know if they have violence in LP. As if a fan video will care. Yeah, that's fair. That is fair. It's pretty much It's pretty neat how they basically crossing over characters with very similar traits in this video. The animation is pretty derpy, oldie but a goldie, but a goodie. She can clear the sky in 10 seconds flat, fast as light, I think. But that's just above a town, so who knows in real life? That's wild, girl. I wish. Sup, girl? Yo, White, how you doing, bro? How you doing? Welcome. My message got deleted for some reason. Well, YouTube be bugging, bro. My bad, White. My bad. But glad to have you here. How you doing? We're getting into more MLP because that's what you guys have been talking about for the last week or so. So let's check out some more battles. This time it's the two people that died at the end. I think it was, right? I think it was Twilight, right? Yeah. Yes, okay, bro, if this video could pause, hello, please? Okay, yes, it's showcasing us what happened to Tails and Starlight after they supposedly got very much injured in the last video that we watched. Let me put it up on the screen for you guys. Okay. New profile picture, White, neat YouTube moment. Yup. Starlight or Twilight. Spark is like the smart one of the main 6. That's what they are called. Characters. Oh, okay. Sparkle. Okay. Damn it. She reads a lot of books and stuff in her downtime. Okay. Interesting. All right. Well, let's see who's I don't know what type of battle would they have if they're talking about smarts here. Let's find out. Let's see. Tails versus Twilight. Let's see this.
That was a very odd recovery.
What was so odd about it?
Just hold still. This will only hurt for a second.
I don't know. It just seemed odd to me.
Damn. Okay, Tails grew
So,
up, I
you're
guess.
the smart one in your group?
Yeah, and I'm guessing you're the smart one amongst your friends?
Yeah, sometimes I feel like I'm the only smart one. I
Okay,
mean,
bro.
Sonic jumps into things without thinking. All Amy thinks about is Sonic. Shadow has too much amnesia to think, and Knuckles doesn't think at all.
I totally understand. I mean, it's awesome being the smartest, and the most
Not really.
organized, and the best at math.
I'm not gonna cap, bro. It is not fun being the smartest. Like, honestly, if you have dumb people around you, bro, and you're the smartest, like, that's just nah, bro. I just, like, you'd be so frustrated because they wouldn't understand shit, bro. They wouldn't understand anything at all. If you're that smart, like, no, I get it. Like, it's cool being smart. I'm not saying that it's not cool. I actually like smart people. But if you're too smart and other people are just dumb around you, bro, that's one of the worst things, bro. Because they be dumb as hell, bro. You just don't, you can't explain, you can't talk to them, you can't do anything. You can't do
Magic,
anything.
and arguably the most stylish. Kinda lost my train of thought, but you get the point. Besides, I'm sure you're pretty good at magic too.
I don't really believe in magic.
Damn.
What? I mean, what do you think I am? 7? I'm not. I'm 8. And magic is just for little kids.
Are
Damn.
you kidding? Magic is the reason we all exist. Magic is the reason we have a black colt as president. Well,
Huh?
technically he's a zebra, but people treat him like a black colt.
Sorry, Twilight. I just don't see any evidence that magic is real.
Oh, yeah? Well, how about this?
Psh, big deal. I invented a teleportation device last week. That's science, not magic.
Fine. Well, what about this?
Damn.
So some ponies developed psychokinesis. In 200 years, everyone will have psychokinesis. Sure, they'll be annoying and have marijuana-shaped hair, but still.
There's just no convincing
She's talking about Silver, bro. Why are you violating Silver like that, man? Come on.
you, is there?
Hey, I'm willing to believe anything as long as there's evidence to back it up.
Okay then, Stephen Hawking. How about this? Oh my. I'm sorry. I didn't mean for it to be that powerful. I thought I'd just tweak your shoulder a bit. I didn't mean to.
Bro, like, shut your ass up, bro. Damn. Back to the hospital for both of them.
So, you need physical evidence that magic is real.
Correct.
Well, what if I told you I am
They're both just perfectly fine now. Okay, wow. The blood has disappeared. Any sort of pain that they were going through has disappeared.
friends? No, best friends with a princess who controls the rising and setting of the sun.
I'd walk away slowly, call 911, and have you sent to a mental institute.
Spike,
How did I get here?
write a letter to Princess Celestia telling her to meet me here.
Look, Twilight, I don't care how magical you are. It's not working. I mean, unless Princess Celestia appears behind me and teleports me to the moon. Maybe Christianity isn't complete bullshit.
Alright. I mean, so who, I guess Twilight won that because Twilight proved that magic exists? I'm guessing that's how it works, right? I mean, yeah, Tails got banished to the moon, so, like, I'm just gonna say, yeah, Twilight won, bro. Even though Twilight got the help of the princess or whatever it was, but look, Twilight's the real winner here, okay? Let's see here. Hold on. Yeah, it's from a cover art of a new song, actually. And being a unicorn has a bit of magic. Hi, everyone. Welcome, Jess. How you doing? Guess I was right. Damn, Tails. Hello, Jess. Yeah. Hi, Sean. How are you? How was your day today? Oh, I forgot about this. Sean and Jess arc, bruh. Hi, Alex. It was good getting shopping done and now I'm chilling. How about you? Cool. My day was good. Visiting my mom today. Glad to hear that. Not again. I wish visit my mom on Sundays. Oh, okay. The true evidence that magic exists. Yeah, I got just teleported to the moon, bro. Thanks, Sean. Tails is a Redditor, bruh. Yeah, I guess so. Hey, Alex, how do you, Sean? And I have an arc. Yo, Jess. Random question. Do you speak any other languages? No comment. I had some help. Welcome, KR, bro. How you doing? How you doing, KR? Okay, we're gonna continue on with these battles. I think the next one is Amy. Yes, okay, it is. Next up is Amy versus Pinky. Okay, well, what a battle! The two pinks shall see who is the most pink of all. Let us find out. Now this is gonna be interesting because what are they? I don't know. Hold on. Because they might go for the whole... I mean, even in the beginning, they're like, oh... Tails was like, oh, Amy loves Sonic and only thinks about Sonic or something like that. So is it going to be them talking about who loves the other person the most or something? I don't know if Pinky loves somebody, so... I don't know. I'm just making a random guess. Because I don't think they're going to pull up with another violence fight. Maybe Amy whips out her hammer, bro. I don't know. But we'll find out, bro. We'll find out. Let's see. Let's see, Amy versus Pinky. You got some help, I need help. A little bit of French and Spanish. Ooh, that's awesome. Can I have it too? Help with what? Just, I had some help. Pinkie Pie is the most ADHD main character in MLP. She likes making people happy and throwing parties and talking and talking. Okay, I see. Gun knows what I'm talking about. Yes, I got you, KR, bro. I got you. I had some help, bro. Come on, you guys should know this. I'm interested to see how they cross them over. Can you react to AI? Yes, finally, Sonic's channel. I've been waiting for you to recommend another AI compilation, bro. I would gladly check that out, Sonic's channel. And welcome, bro. How you doing? How are you doing? Wait, hold on. That video game out directly after when you finished your last live stream. If you stayed a little longer, you could have watched last week. Yeah, I think I saw it pop up on my screen after the stream or something like that. So I'm like, oh damn, there's a new compilation now or something. But I will watch that. Sonic's channel. I'll add it to the list after watching this video. This actually isn't the worst way to get familiar with the characters. Hi, Sonic's channel. Though if you remember them for more than one day, that would be crazy because I'd forget. Hi, yes, I'd probably forget too. But let's find out.
I'm telling ya, if it weren't for you turning blonde, I I would have totally beat you.
Yeah, well, if it weren't for
That's actually true. According to the video. According to the video. I'm just saying, that is true.
you electrocuting me over a volcano, I would have totally beat you.
That is fair as well. That is a valid point. That is a valid point. We had Rainbow Dash here say F you to Sonic, so and toss him in the volcano. So that is a valid point from Sonic.
Yeah. How did you manage to survive that, by the way?
Well,
Bruh.
you ever see Spy Kids
Attempted murder, bro. What?
3?
Sonic!
God damn it.
Uh-oh.
What's wrong?
Rainbow Dash! Celestia, damn it. Pinkie Pie, I see you're no longer stuck in that tree.
And Amy, I see you're no longer stuck in Pinkie Pie's plot? Yeah, plot.
Yeah, that was a
Nice.
crappy week. Anyway, we just want to congratulate you guys on that awesome race you had.
Yeah, and Sonic, even though you lost to Dashy, you tried your hardest, and that's all that matters.
Wait, what are you talking about?
didn't lose. What do you
Sonic
mean?
beat Rainbow Dash.
No,
Oh.
I'm pretty sure it was Dashy who won.
Look, ladies, can't we just compromise and say that we tied?
Well, I'm pretty sure you're wrong.
Did you
Damn.
actually think they'd compromise?
No, but it was worth a shot.
Besides, how did you even see anything? Your head was in a tree the whole time.
Well, your head was in my...
Would you stop bringing that up?
Besides, even if he did win, he totally cheated by using those Super Saiyan whatever powers.
Really? You're accusing Sonic of cheating when Rainbow Dash sliced a mountain in half, electrocuted Sonic over a volcano, and caused an avalanche with her Sonic Rain Blast?
It's Sonic Rain Boom, and you have no idea how useful that's been.
Seriously, how did they see all this?
Internet.
Dashy saved Rarity's life with the Sonic Rain Boom. What's Sonic ever done?
You mean besides destroy the Death Egg, defeat a giant liquid dildo, fly through an Earth God's brain, and kill 2 genies? Shall I go on, or do you feel dumb enough?
Damn.
Yeah, and how many of those achievements are actually canon?
F you! Sonic is faster!
F you!
Damn.
Dashy is 20% cooler!
Oh, damn. Of course, they're resorting to violence. Oh, there we go. I told you she's gonna whip out the hammer, bro. Oh, God. What is that? Oh. What in the world? What?
It would seem we're at an impasse.
I would agree. If it weren't for this...
Fun.
You might as well give up now.
Call in the chows, bro. Call in the chows. Come on now. Call in the chows.
You think you're the only one who knows about the legend of the mirror pool?
Bruh.
I want him inside me.
Oh, wow.
What now, bitch?
Hey, look, Sonic!
Hey, look! Fun! You know, maybe we shouldn't get so obsessive over who won the race.
Yeah, it was just a silly race after all. I mean, what are we, YouTube commenters?
Exactly.
Damn. Hey, look, it's my job here to find out who won, because it's a damn video about versing each other, okay? So, nobody won. No, nobody won. Yeah. It seems like this video, nobody won. So, damn, I can't even vote. I can't put my vote in. That sucks. Okay. Hold on. Okay, where the heck were we, bro? I need another Posty album, bro. You said one's coming on the way, didn't you? Didn't you say one's coming like in a month or two or something like that? When was it, KR? I forgot when you told me. Gur's the most neutral man. Hey, bro, I like to keep it fair. Just like, that's a valid point. Oh yeah, that's a valid point too. Hey, bro, you gotta stay fair in these, bro. You know, you gotta stay fair. If it was Shadow, then, then, you know, maybe some bias might creep in if it was a Shadow fight, but it's not. It's not a Shadow fight. I mean, it's not like he didn't release an album last year with 27 songs, bruh. Oh boy, Dashi is crazy nickname. Dashi Games, bruh. Oh yeah, it's Rainbow Dash can trigger a Sonic Rain Boom if she goes fast enough. Which is a Sonic Boom, Loud Bang, and Rainbow Light Spike in one. Okay, damn. I think Pinky can break the fourth wall and stuff. Well, they pretty much did, so a lot of times. 20% cooler is really a funny reference when you're seeing the show. Okay, I see. Yeah, I didn't get that one. Oh my god, this is so insane. Yeah, it was a pretty good battle. What the heck? Fun. The characters that not that fun in season 1 at all, but sure. Gur is the worst type of YouTube commenter. What do you mean, bro? What are you talking about? He leaves more than a comment. He leaves a whole ass stream. Come on now, bro. Come on now. That's the joke, Alex. Sean, did you know Alex claims we have an Arc Dewey? I am so glad I created Alana for Shadow. Exactly, bro. Shadow needs some love too. If you want really good versus videos, then check out Modern Amy vs. Boom. Amy by Shadow. Okay, I'll put that in the list as well, Sonic's channel. Let me put your first one that you said, which was AI Sonic Meme Compilation Part 25. Let me put that on the list. Here we go. And then you want me to see this one. Another versus video. Oops. Okay. That's what Alex said, Sean. I am sure he read. What does that mean? Okay, the last battle for today will be, or as of right now, will be, which one is it? Oh, Knuckles versus, who's this character? Applejack. Oh, okay. Yeah, you guys did mention Applejack last stream. Let me see here. I mean, I don't have no idea what Applejack does, so I don't know. Knuckles would be like, what, just pure another fight battle? Is that what gonna happen, or I don't know. What the heck would Knuckles do? But it was maybe flying or gliding? I don't know, bro. Let's just find out what's gonna happen. What's the wink for, Sean? That's for you to figure out. Yes. Oh my god. Oh, you're flirting with me, Sean. Hey, yo, you guys, bro. This arc is going crazy, bro. Knuckles versus Applejack somewhat makes sense. She's like the hard worker of the. Oh, okay. She's the hard worker. I see. I just realized I've not sent a suggestion in a while. Is that so, KR? Is that so? Well then, let's see if you have something for us today. I will neither confirm nor deny. She's not exactly dumb per se. Okay, well, let's find out.
We're apples to the door.
Howdy, Nux. Haven't seen you in a while. Where you been?
I've been getting a cactus removed from my fucking torso!
Oh. Well, You look great.
The doctor spent 3 hours picking cactus thorns out of my intestines.
Oh, hell no.
Well, I see they did a rip-snorting good job.
You bucked a cactus through my... Hey, what's that?
Oh, this here is the medal I won in the Iron Pony competition.
Iron Pony?
It's a series of 20 athletic competitions between 2 or more ponies to see who's the top athlete. At least, that's what it says on the Wikipedia.
And this is a first place medal.
Yup.
Well, you're lucky I'm not a prissy little pony like you. Otherwise I would have kicked your... what is it called? A plot?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Perhaps you ain't aware that I'm the #1 apple bucker in all of Ponyville.
Uh-huh, I see. And does bucking require
Damn.
you to protect the Master Emerald from evil villains on an island that can float above ground? Buck, no it doesn't! I can shatter a 3-ton rock with my own 2 fists!
Well, I can knock down a 40-foot tree with my own 4 hooves.
Okay, that's it. You and me, right now.
You seriously want to do this?
What's the matter, little lady? Scared?
Okay.
Okay. 1.
Damn, Knuckles, bro. Bro got shattered.
Sonic, hey! Listen, I need to borrow the Chaos Emeralds.
Well, I really don't know where they are, considering after I used them in that race, they kinda did the whole Dragon Ball thing and scattered all over the world.
Wait, so you used these Chaos Emerald things to turn into that yellow ball of spikes?
Pretty much, yeah. We also used them to travel through time, bring people back to life, get free Wi-Fi.
So, do you think if I used them, I'd be able to turn super too?
Probably. I mean, Knuckles can turn super, Tails can turn super, Silver for some reason can turn super. For all I know, Big the Cat can turn super.
Bruh.
Wait, why do you need the Chaos Emeralds anyway?
I want to challenge Applejack to an Iron Pony competition to prove that I'm stronger than her.
Okay, and why do you want to do that?
Because she beat me at arm wrestling.
Bruh. Okay, bruh. Oh, poor Knuckles, man. Poor Knuckles.
Okay, if I'm gonna find all the Chaos Emeralds, I'm gonna have to use all my skills as a hunter. Finally!
Okay, you
I
got
have
it.
all the Chaos Emeralds. Now then, time to kick some plot. Applejack! I challenge you to an Iron Pony competition. Or, in this case, an Iron Pony / Echidna competition. The point is I challenge you.
Nux, that's a quite nice shade of pink you got there.
Never mind that. Do you accept the challenge or what?
Okay, fine. I'll accept y'all's challenge. I could use the entertainment.
Oh, it'll be entertaining. For me.
Now this is the story all about me and how I beat this little pony. And I'd like to take a minute to explain what I did. I'll tell you how I became Knuckles the Echidna. On Angel Island, born and raised, the Master Emerald Shrines where I spent most of my days. Chilling out, relaxing, this island's all mine. Yeah, beating up Eggman outside the shrine. When this redneck pony from this little ghost show plucked a cactus through my torso. I got in one little fight and my mom jumped in. She said, "You're entering the end."
Damn.
I don't get it. How is this even possible?
Chaos control.
Huh?
He must have found all 7 Chaos Emeralds and turned into a super form of himself, which is why he looks like a lesbian Amy Rose.
So that's it then. He's cheated. Why does everyone who's not an Earth Pony cheat at this competition?
Okay, let's get this last event over with so I can officially start gloating.
Not so fast, you shit-eating cow f***ing sucker.
Damn. Okay.
Jesus.
You've been cheating this entire time with those chaos thingy-ma-fuckers.
Oh, of course, the person losing accuses the person winning of cheating. Look, why can't you just accept the fact that maybe that old stereotype about men being more athletic than women is true? Get rocked!
Does she have some power up or something? Come on now, bro. Oh. Uh-oh. Bro. Of course. Like you crossed the line, bro. You went too far. You went too far, bro.
She stabbed me in the torso with a fucking cactus!
Yeah, that's also valid. Well, I mean, it seems like Knuckles won, but, yeah. I mean, Applejack did. I think that's the only one where a character supposedly didn't cheat. Applejack was just being Applejack, as Alex explained to me, is a hard worker. And, yeah, Applejack did not use any power-ups or anything like that to fight Knuckles here. But Knuckles needed a power-up to beat Applejack. So technically, who would win then, I guess, you know? But in the video, supposedly Knuckles wins because of the Chaos Emeralds. So you have to declare him winner. You have to. Let's see here. Okay, let me hold on. Her family runs an apple farm. Okay, well then, that makes a lot of sense. I'm just curious, that's all then. Yes, okay, Sean. Flow with me any way you want, I'll walk away. Well then, well, Sean, your lore is getting deeper and deeper. That's crazy, bro. This arc is going crazy now. What in the is happening in this chat? I was too invested in this video when this redneck pony from this little girl show bucked a cactus through my torso. Oh man, Chaos Emeralds, actually Sonic. We be wild and Alex. Oh yeah, they literally do all cheat this goddamn competition. Did you know the voice actress who did Rainbow Dash, who also does Applejack, did voice Tails and his different versions in Sonic Prime, and the Prankless voice actress did Amy and her versions? Well then, that's very, very interesting. Thank you for that, Sonic's channel. I did not know that. That's interesting. You like older women, don't you, Sean? Yeah, you know what? Sean's into anything these days, bro. Applejack being the one to start swearing like a sailor first, her country accent and stuff in the show. Damn. Maybe just bro, lol. Guys, I have a suggestion for the stream. Sounds good, KR. How far has Stardust been distributed? Yeah, Applejack's biggest character trait in the show is honesty. Well, there we go. Even in the competition, you get to see that honesty and that hard-working trait of Applejack. So, that was cool. I hope you don't consider me as a... Oh, God, okay. One's shadow-related... Oh, yes, let's go, KR. MLP also has an equivalent to Chaos Emeralds called the Elements on Harmony. They are each named after a trait like honesty, loyalty. Oh, okay. To use them, you need 6 people, the main 6 with the right 6 characteristics. Don't worry, Jess. And yeah, the voice actor for Rainbow Dash and Applejack in MLP voiced Tails in Sonic Prime. That's crazy, bro. What the hell? You can really tell as well. Nah, don't say it like that. Good. Elements, OF, Harmony. I hope you'll like the video. Me too, KR. Me too. Let me see actually the Discord chat, and I'll add these to the list. Okay. That is not happening, Alex, bro. I just saw your Discord chat, bro. Yeah, that's not happening. I'm not even gonna watch that video, bro.
You'll never
That shit's longer than any stream that I've ever done, bro. I'm good. I am good. Thank you for the recommendation, Alex, but you have been declined. Respectfully, you have been declined. But for KR, bro, I got you. I'll add your recommendations to the queue. We have quite a lot to get through first now, but let's see this. I think next up is a couple of songs that Alex wanted me to listen to, so we'll listen to these songs.
It's called Solo.
And we'll go from there. Do 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 do. That's a relief, Sean, because to be honest, I think I like you. Well then, that's cool. Good, that's the fandom for you. Lol, bro got the deny stamp. It was dusty and rusty, never been used before. Oh yeah. The guitarist in this video is wearing a shadow shirt. What? Maybe, I can't see it right now. Maybe when the lights turn on, we'll see it. We should be here for about 8 hours after watching that video while watching everyone else's suggestions. Read my content or on the server about this song. Oh right, I sent a link to the Discord site so you can jump to it. Sean, when I see your message, I either smile or giggle, bro. Sean be like that, bro. Sean be goated like that. Sean be making us happy in these streams. Okay, so context for this video is suggestion for the next stream. This dude is really good singer, considering he's singing in an MLP band. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Okay, the main TV show that built the MLP fandom ended in 2019, something that thankfully we haven't experienced yet in Sonic. And obviously when that show ended, it left the MLP fandom pretty well heartbroken, especially when some of them looked around and saw others and their friends, the people who've become like their family, lose interest in the fandom and move on and stop coming to cons. This song is about that exactly. Ooh, damn. Okay, so it's a deepish type of song, I'm guessing. Let's find out. Let's find this out. Okay. Let me put the screen back up. That's good to know about Sean. I mean, yes. Sean is goated. This is a live performance at My Little Pony convention. Okay, well let's check this out then.
Solidarity.
Song is about you, and you, and you, and you. Maybe you.
They tell me it's over, that all things are to end. I think we'll live forever. Come on, 'cause we're could mean so much to me. It might be true we passed the golden years. Well, let them say what they want. I'll politely disagree, 'cause it doesn't mean much where you wanna. So scream if you're out there, if things just seem fair. Alone in a nightmare, we're not going anywhere. Don't tell me it's over. Show them you've been here all along. Will you remember me when it's been so long? Will we fade to distant memories? Will I see you at the car? Every time I look back at the place we all came from, familiar faces one by one, seems every pony's moving on. Every step I take feels like someone gets left behind, but it's their choice, and that's okay. We'll keep that fire. Don't tell me it's over.
Is that Shadow shirt? Okay.
All things are too late.
Is that a Shadow guitar too, bro? I don't know. I didn't see it properly, but yeah, he definitely has a Shadow shirt on.
We'll live forever, 'cause we're tell me where do we go from here? Thank you, friends.
Thank you, every pony.
Will you remember them? The friendship that they found. Will you know the songs and stay along 20 years from now? Or will you still be here? Screaming every word. I know I'm not good. Galacon! I'm not with her! Yeah! Alright! You guys been so insane. Thank you so much. We have just one more.
All right. That was that, I suppose, right? I think it was. Okay, yeah, they're just changing and stuff. Yeah, that was cool. That was a cool little song. Why did they end My Little Pony if it's that strong of a fandom? Why would they end it? I'm quite confused for that. They're probably making like bank off of it too. Why would you end it? You know? I don't know. But I guess all things come to an end.
That's a little difficult.
We'll check out this next song. Just wait till you see that guy in the shadow shirt again. A few suggestions from now. Shadow shirt, yep, not sure. They've made like moving this stuff since. Oh yeah, this song has some awesome auto-tune. Yes, you did say that you think that this was one of the best uses of auto-tune. So let's see what happens in this song. Oh, also in the breakdown, this crowd is insane. Okay, well let's see. You'll see exactly what I mean. Well, let's find out, Alex, bro. Let's find out.
Dude, I'm sure we'll survive. Thank you, Galacon. We gotta be quick. We were supposed to be fast already, and we've already gone away. Fuck you. This next song is about a robot.
Okay.
It's called Lost in Data. If you know it, help me out. Okay, Galacon. Okay, help me out. Come on. Jump, let's go. Since I found out what I am, every second I can't understand. As time's ticking by, with tears in my eyes, can I feel our sadness programmed? Do I mean the words that I say? Is the world I see really that way? From data collectors, lenses and senses, I'm living in an overlay. Send you out here to kill me, 'cause I don't think you got the nerve. Though you wear a disguise, it's still in your eyes. Is this what they tell you I deserve? How do you think we got this way? I don't know you anymore, you say. Well, let me remind you, your own past all while you pretend you've forgotten my name.
Alright, people, you know what time it is? Split! Right down the middle! Come on! Let's do it! I wanna see this bit! Spread right out! Come on, pick a side! And nobody goes till I say!
Sky's closing in. Look to the danger. The pain and the sun. 1, 2, 3, go!
Okay.
Alright!
Galacor, you're the maps I used to know. I wonder where I took. I have no choice. You got like I stuck by your own way. Is this the choice you made? Is it alright? Why am I here? Steady and take your best shot. I still remember where we all came from. I'm lost in debt, but are the memories gone? Your eyes look different. I swear they used to glow. Lost like me. Am I a man you used to know? Come on, Galacon. Am I a man you used to know?
Hey.
Thank you guys so much. Holy crap.
Yeah, that was that auto-tune song. Okay, yeah, I can see. Yeah, it depends really how you use auto-tune, bro. Sometimes it sounds nice, sometimes it doesn't. I actually really liked how it sounded on this song, so that was good. I liked it. I see what you were talking about, Alex. I give it my stamp of approval. It was nice. It was nice, a nice display of auto-tune as well. The next song that you wanted me to check out was again at this Galacon. Let's see here. Oh, it's right after the Solidarity song that we checked out. Hypa Hypa, that's what it's called. Okay, let's see how this one goes then. Where were we? Normal voice. This next robot voice song is a robot. Yeah, yeah, I like the little switch up that he did. Also, I don't mind that thing. It's a last chorus where the auto-tune really comes into peak. In this next song, Shadow loses his show. Oh God, okay. Well, that was interesting. Yeah, haha. A weird order. I know. Well, no worries. It's okay. It's okay. Would you still, apparently Shadow. He's not wearing a Shadow shirt, is he? No, is it this guy? I don't know if I don't know if that's a Shadow shirt or not. But well, I guess we'll find out. Bro, the auto-tune's still on.
I was waiting for Connor to get a guitar. I forgot it's just one. Okay, let's go.
Okay, different type of auto-tune. Okay.
You're pretty and I like you. You're pretty and I like you. So let me be your cold all night long. Does it make you go to bomb every time you wake up wrong? Your body moves and your touch me. You're on my bed. You're everything I want. I would give my soul for a feeling you want. Well, let me see you shake your butt. I wanna
Okay, I can see what you mean, Alex, with the shadow guy going crazy. Yeah, he had quite a rock scream on that song. Yeah, I can see what you meant. Yeah, that was really cool. This was another cool song. Once again, it's just confusing why they stopped My Little Pony when a lot of people support it. So, I mean, I don't know. Probably for some sort of reason. But let's stop My Little Pony for today and get into Sonic now. We're gonna get into Chow Tales episode 7. So let's see what this episode does. Andrea, welcome. How you doing, Andrea? We were actually checking out quite a bit of My Little Pony, so you can maybe check out later if you want. But we're gonna get into some Sonic now. This is one of 3 times that he used Honor-Tune. I see. Hey, gee, sad news today. Brian left I Prevail. Oh, damn. The one who is the best vocals in the band. Oh, that's sad. Why did that happen? Yeah, I'm absolutely soaked in sweat right now, bruh. It's just so hot. Also, yeah, Andrea, we did like an hour of MLP stuff. Yeah, we did quite a lot of My Little Pony today, but we'll get into Sonic now. Alex, turn the fan on or something, bro. Turn the AC on. Do something, bro. Come on now. After also episode 8 has dropped, and that's the final one. I see. Yeah, we will be checking that as well, Sonic's channel, right after this. And yeah, so let's see how this one goes. Bro upset the wrong Chow, bro. Bro upset the wrong Chow. Let's find out what happens in the last episode. Okay, let's see this. Let's see. The last episode of Chow Tales. He's going he's getting that Chaos Emerald power, bro. Okay, Chaos Tales, last one, number 8. I Prevail still continue, but they went with Full Metal this time since Brian not with them anymore. No fan, no AC, bro, that's crazy. Hi Alex, thanks for the info. I'm sweating a lot right now too, bro, guys. For you guys, do you guys not have AC or fans or anything? Come on now, open the window or something. Yo, what up, Omega? Everyone be hot today, dang. Are you thanking me for the MLP info or the info that I'm soaked in sweat? For the LMP info, Andrea said. Sean, Alex, let me go on. Okay, I've been popping in and out, but remember that Iris Lopez thing is still a thing? Yeah, not really into MLP, to be honest. Fair enough, White. I'll check it out. I'll check it out soon. I do have the playlist in my queue, so we will check a bit out. I'm gonna have to wash my in-ear earphones. Oh, I think you missed out, to be honest. Was very heavy stuff, heavy metal. Well, it's okay. Let's see the last episode of Chow Tales. Bro, powering up, bro. Ooh, he leveled up. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. That is the end of Chow Tales. Man, I love these shorts. They were just so cute, man. They were generally so cute to watch. But that is the end. I really like that. He leveled up. And the person who always was kind of like the villain of the Chow Tales, you could see him progressing and becoming a good person. So that was good. And then in the end, obviously, became the hero. Or semi-hero. I don't know. Is it dual hero? I don't know if there's two heroes. What do you call them? But that was cool. That was cool. Next up is, I think, this song that Sean wanted me to check out. It was like 45 seconds or something. I don't know. No, not a song. Sorry, it was a panel. It was a panel, not a song. All right. Let's see this. You said he was talking about a future, apparently. 4916 to 50. Okay. To 50. 50. Keyboard, please work. Oh. What just happened?
Okay.
Bro, chill. Bro, what the heck? Okay. Let's see here. That Chow died and became a Sonic Chow. Damn. I hear a bit of it. It wasn't that bad or anything. Can I suggest anything? Well, we got a couple things in the queue, Omega, but you can add to the queue if you want to. But we've still got a couple of things to check out, if that's what you're asking me. Let's check out. Apparently, Sean said that he was predicting the future in 2019. So let's see this video.
Hey, if you were to have a crossover between the Sonic games and Batman, how would Sonic be the Joker?
All right.
Huh?
As an if.
Yeah. Okay. So the question is, if we were to have a crossover between Sonic and Batman, how would Sonic defeat the Joker? That's the question.
How would they meet?
Oh, how would he meet the Joker?
How do you meet?
Meet the Joker. Do you want to answer this, Honeysuka-san?
I have no idea.
Bro, what?
Well, try to make it happen if you can. Team up with DC for it.
Okay. Hey, DC, we're right here. Come say hi. We'll talk to you for sure. Thanks so
Reason
much.
why I asked, because I was thinking about what if Sonic were to be asked by the Joker, how did he got these scars? Sonic would make some remark, snarky remark, maybe.
I see where you're going with it. Okay, thank you very much for your question.
Sean, you gotta give me some context, because what the hell just happened, bro? What? Okay, I guess that happened. I don't even know what the hell just happened, bro. That was worse than brain rot, bro. Okay, I guess let's just move on. He a little bit confused, but he got the spirit. Yeah, you know what? Fair enough. He tried. I can say, okay, I can wait. Okay, I got you, Omega. Okay, let's see this next video, which is the League of Super Pets Sonic Speed reading. Oh god. No. Please don't tell me what. No. 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 Hold on. Oh no, because that's a good one. Okay, never mind. I thought it was the other reading, bro. I was like, no, please no, I'm gonna skip this. Okay, it's the good one. It's the good one. Never mind. Yeah, let's see Sonic Speed reading. Yeah, let's check this out.
Welcome back to Sonic Speed Reading, and we are back with the DC Sonic crossover. Part 3 picks right back up on the Watchtower with Knuckles yelling at Mr. Terrific to send them back to their dimension. But as we found out at the end of issue 2, it looks like the Justice League and Sonic's world are gone. Sonic tries to chill Knuckles out. Silver tries to look at the good side of all of this, the silver lining, if you will. But Tails isn't quite sure things are quite as cut and dry as everything is just gone. Considering the nature of the dimensional engine and the energy by the Chaos Emeralds, he's not quite sure yet, but he feels there is more to be discovered. He says he needs time, and Sonic says, well, the Justice League bought them plenty of that. But Mr. Terrific chimes in saying, well, that might not be the case. Once the villains of their world realizes that their greatest heroes have gone missing, there's going to be trouble. He does, of course, mention that there are other members of the Justice League he can call in, but it is still going to be rough without the likes of Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and the like. So of course Sonic says, well, since the Justice League gave their lives defending their world, Sonic and Pals can do the same for the Justice League. And of course, since Shadow is aboard a space station, he has to look over the Earth below and think about Maria. That's just what he does. And Sonic asks Mr. Terrific if their Earth can handle the 6 of them running around, and like I said in that last video, the DC version of Earth has all kinds of colorful characters, so they're not even going to bat an eye at Sonic and Pals. While all this is happening, Silver is looking at a glowing green thing in his hand, which turns out to be John Stewart's ring. As it turns out, he handed the ring off to Silver right before they entered the portal. And again, they're not even mentioning that it's a ring. It's fine. But Silver is the first to don one of the costumes of the Justice League. And in turn, Mr. Terrific says that if they're going to be joining the Justice League, they need to dress for the part. We then turn our attention to Sector 2006. I wonder if that is a reference to Silver's debut game. Be kind of cute if it is. I did look it up, and it doesn't seem to have any kind of importance when it comes to Green Lantern lore. All I can see online is that it's the sector that Kyle Rayner is supposed to guard. That's all I really got, because I have no idea why Sinestro would be here otherwise. But yeah, we get to see Silver fighting alongside the likes of Tomari, Chip, and Kilowog against Sinestro, who has quite the intimidating construct, looking like Slifer the Sky Dragon here. I think this is just a reference to Parallax or just any of the crazy monsters that Silver and Sonic and all them have fought in their universe. But as capable as Sinestro is, and he is an incredibly capable warrior, this looks like quite the boost in power for the guy. And he says just as much as he's holding onto his yellow lantern, having his construct shoot off a giant beam, knocking everyone senseless for a second. But the 4 lanterns get together, they say their silly little oath, and construct a gigantic Pico hammer, with Sinestro doing the William Dafoe me, and Silver busting out the most perfect one-liner. What's the matter, Sinestro? Scared? If you don't know, yellow energy is fueled by fear. It's just cute. But yeah, they take the giant hammer, bust the construct, and the little space squirrel digs around in the yellow lantern battery to discover a Chaos Emerald. That immediately changes the game a bit, because it was assumed that the emeralds were lost alongside the Justice League and the rest of Sonic's world. Silver's not sure what that means, but he's going to need to report that to his friends, and he'll have one of the other Earth Lanterns fill in for him, like Kyle, or Hal, or Guy, or Simon, or Jessica, or Joe, or a very cute jab at the fact that there seems to be a lot of lanterns that come from Earth. We then turn our attention to Washington, D.C., where we see Gorilla Grodd leading a bunch of gorillas, and I think one has a coconut gun, which is very cute, using the Red Chaos Emerald as a mind control device to take over Supergirl and Hawkgirl. But before he can take any plan into action, a familiar golden lasso wraps around his neck, grabbing him and taking him flying. And we reveal Amy Rose in Wonder Woman's outfit. Now, I do quickly have to address a few comments people made when I said that there wasn't a lot that Wonder Woman and Amy had in common. And a lot of folks point out something that I failed to remember. DC has pushed Wonder Woman as the avatar of love and compassion. She has had a lot of different variations, but that is a very prominent thing for the main version of the character. And as most Sonic fans know, Amy is all about love and compassion and empathy. So yeah, that comparison between the two characters makes sense, I concede. But I do love that she has a Wonder Woman branded hammer. I'm not sure where she got a lasso though. I thought there was only one lasso of truth, but I'm not gonna overthink it. Anyway, with Grodd down, the tables turn and all the Superwomen begin to beat the crap out of the Great Apes. And of course, Amy discovers that yes, there is another emerald. You're gonna see a pattern here through the rest of the story.
Wow. What a fantastic ad, bro. Thank you for that.
We then
ad.
turn our attention to Metropolis with Knuckles filling in for Superman. It is interesting to see the inner dialogue of Knuckles comparing Metropolis to his own island, saying that on one hand, Metropolis is smaller than Angel Island. That's an interesting little bit of canon for us there, but it is far more dense. This is a giant city after all. And on top of that, Knuckles does not have the powers of Superman, so he is still doing his best. He then meets Lois Lane on top of the Daily Planet, and we learn that in the time that the Justice League have been missing and Sonic's pals have taken over for them, they've had Star Labs keep an eye out for Superman and the others. And at the same time, Tails has been looking into things with the Teen Titans. So no, they just haven't been playing superhero this whole time. They've been actively looking for the missing members of the League. But with all that said, Lois has an invitation to pass on to Knuckles. As it turns out, Lex Luthor wants to meet with the Echidna. So we turn our attention to LexCorp as Knuckles slams into the side of the building. And I love what Lex says here: slower than a speeding bullet and as subtle as a locomotive. And from here we just have a quick little back and forth between Lex and Knuckles, with Lex filling up an entire panel just explaining that Knuckles is different from Superman and blah 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 blah, basically just trying to convince the Echidna to work alongside Lex. But Knuckles has done this song and dance with Robotnik, so he's not going to fall for the crap that Lex is trying to sell. But Luthor, of course, has a backup plan, revealing what he thinks to be kryptonite to Knuckles to see if he has the same weakness as Superman. But as it turns out, he was actually holding on to the green Chaos Emerald, and you know they wanted to make a kryptonite emerald joke, and I'm so happy they did it. I would have been so disappointed if they went this entire crossover without making that joke. I know it's an easy one to make, but it had to be made. It just had to be. So Lex looks like a complete idiot, and he tries to pass it off as a token of sincerity. And Knuckles begins to fly off, but then he flips around and smashes through the window, only now realizing that Lex was trying to poison him with kryptonite. I love the little detail of the glass sticking out of his glove. It's a very cute little interaction. Yes, Knuckles isn't quite as dumb as some of the media has made him out to be over the years, but he still can be a little slow on the uptick, and I relate to that hard. But then we turn our attention over to Gotham City. And I just want to draw your attention real quick to the second panel on this page here. It looks like a bat signal's going up, but that's obviously not a bat. Is that a reference to one of the Black Arms aliens? Or is that just a different signal for Shadow? Maybe it could be Doomsurf. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. Whatever the case is, it finally happened. The Joker has appeared in a Sonic the Hedgehog comic book. A couple of things here. I like the cornrows on the missile.
This is the prediction you were talking about, Sean. I guess the guy was right with his prediction, bro. The video that we just watched, I guess he was right.
Also, we have a random dude looking out of a diner as Joker is going.
Well, I guess it's not Sonic meeting him though. I think it's Shadow, right? But still, close enough.
Crazy. I don't know if that's supposed to be anyone in particular. I know that artists love to stick cameos in here and there. Whatever the case may be, we have the Joker meeting up with Shadow, arriving in This looks like a Batmobile kiddie ride. I love this. I love Joker's reaction to this. And Shadow of the Bat, of course, is a wonderful reference to either the comic book series or the 2-part episode from the Batman animated series. I know people give Ian Flynn a lot of grief for throwing in a bunch of references, but I think they're fun, and I'm tired of pretending that they're not. And this short interaction between the Joker and Shadow is simply adorable. With all the smack talk from Joker, not a single word from Shadow. Joker blows up the kitty car, and Shadow races out of the wreckage with his air shoes and spin dashes the Joker-mobile in half. The Joker babbles on, saying that Shadow's got the mood down when it comes to Batman, but there's a cadence to this sort of thing, and the Gothamites expect a show, and Shadow just kicks him in the face and knocks him out. And how bold of them, there's a little bit of blood. And I guess Joker was just holding on to the purple Chaos Emerald, because Shadow's just now holding it. And this entire interaction happens without Shadow saying a single word. And last but not least, we move over to Central City, where we see Sonic racing against the Reverse Flash. And this is such a cool little interaction. Of course, we get a couple of quips in here and there, specifically about Reverse Flash's terrible name, but Reverse Flash does give Sonic a run for his money. As you may or may not know, Reverse Flash has an interesting relationship when it comes to the Flash. He's from the future, and he sees the Flash as a real hero, one that he is tasked with building up. And you see that respect for the Scarlet Speedster in the dialogue that comes from the Reverse Flash. Of course, we also get yet another line from one of the Sonic Adventure games. But hey, like I said, I live for this stuff. I'm into it. What I find interesting in this little fight between the two of them is Sonic admits that Reverse Flash is pretty fast, even getting him to catch his breath, which is not something you see often when it comes to Sonic. But all that said, Reverse Flash isn't quite as fast as he believes to be, as he pulls his arm down to see that Sonic has replaced the blue Chaos Emerald, which he was holding, with a can. And then Sonic just does the coolest thing. While smirking, he says, "Sorry, did I move too fast? Let's try that again. Don't blink." And then just wails on the Reverse Flash. Like fists coming from all sides. Like if you played Sonic Frontiers, that move should look super familiar to you. And what's extra cool about this, Reverse Flash is trying to figure out what the heck just happened. He wonders if Sonic tapped into the Speed Force, which turns out he didn't, and honestly, if Sonic was able to, that would be crazy. No, instead, as Reverse Flash says here, he was using the Chaos Emerald to do something. Sonic says that that's his little secret, but as most Sonic fans would know, Sonic just used Chaos Control. That is incredibly baller. But yeah, at this point, Sonic touches base with all of his friends, and that's where everyone learns that they have discovered a Chaos Emerald. So,
cat getting too cool? Give them new Temptations lickable spoons.
Yay. Another ad. Another one too. Wow. Hey! Awesome.
So they are going to convene at the Hall of Justice, where we find Tails sitting, and yeah, he's the only one that didn't get a fun little action scene with that crazy cyborg getup of his. But then they're all greeted by Green Knuckles. Now, yes, this is Beast Boy taking on the form of an echidna. That's something he can do. That said, though, for those of you who aren't Sonic fans and don't understand why this is such a big deal, let me break this down for you, because there's a lot going on here with this quick little joke. So Knuckles showing up with a green color is an obvious reference to Chaos Knuckles from the Archie Sonic comic series. That's a big deal because if you're familiar at all with Ken Penders, you know that he put a lot of lore into that version of Knuckles and had a crazy little storyline where Knuckles did absorb a bunch of Chaos energy and was green for a while. On top of that, Ken took a lot of elements from Superman's lore and incorporated that into his take on Knuckles. And I don't really want to get into all the lawsuit drama and just how much Ken's kind of a giant crybaby when it comes to Knuckles and to Ian Flynn's writing and all this other stuff. There is a lot of drama with just a coloration of this character. It's wild. But this is important here. Ian was crafty enough to give himself an out because Beast Boy says only one otter per planet. And this is a clear reference to a different Green Knuckles, specifically Rankles the Otter. Rankles was a hoax character from the UK published Sega magazine back in the day. So yes, that is incredibly clever, but man, it is so nice to see a jab at Ken Penders in a modern Sonic comic. On top of a reference to Rankles, an official reference to Rankles. And as someone pointed out to me on Blue Sky, holy hell, they have toes again. That's deeply unsettling. And another thing I have to take note of, because I somehow didn't see this in that first issue, there was a reference to the origins of Fleetway Sonic in the conversation between Flash and the Hedgehog, as many of you commented and pointed out. I don't know what was going on in my head. I think I was just skimming through it and thinking it was a reference to the Cosmic Treadmill. But yeah, obviously a shout out to Fleetway Sonic. There is a lot of references to the old comics that I've never seen them daring enough to do before. Keep it going. I'm enjoying this little bit of sass here. But yeah, after all that, the heroes converge. We get a reference to an off-screen battle between the Teen Titans and Brother Blood. Poor Tails didn't get any kind of action this issue. But long and short of it, they've collected 6 of the 7 emeralds, and the 7th one seems to be on Sonic's home world. So no, the world was not wiped out, they just couldn't detect it. Tails theorizes that Darkseid's dimensional engine malfunctioned during the fight and hid their world in a pocket dimension of sorts. But since the emeralds resonate with each other, they have a ticket back to their home dimension. And there's a little banter back and forth. Shadow wonders if they should even bother, and Knuckles says that, well, they would do that for us, we're gonna do that for them. This plays out exactly like you'd expect, and just like that, even though we had a full issue of watching Sonic and Pals play the League of Super Pets. Like I joke, and I have not actually seen the movie, but I feel like the plot is not too dissimilar from that movie, now I'm thinking about it. Anyway, yes, we had our fun with all of Sonic's characters on DC's version of Earth, and now they've opened a portal to head back to their world to rescue the Justice League. And that is where issue 3 ends. So yeah, that was a corny little time, but so far so good. This has been a fun, albeit predictable crossover, but we will save the overall thoughts for the end of the story once we have all 5 issues put together. For now though, it was fun to see all these characters interact, and I'm sure some comic nerds are going to be pretty ticked off at the power scaling of Sonic characters versus some of the biggest villains in DC's roster. I'm not too worried about it. That was a fun time. And I really wonder if that guy that asked the question of Sonic meeting the Joker was satisfied with what we got here. Apparently Sega Scourge put together a really cool what if story. I definitely need to go check that out. Recommend you do that as well. And before we go, I do have to thank the amazing people who helped support me. It's been a very rough start of the year.
I got you, bro. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, that was that. Yeah, that was cool. I like that little crossover that they did once again. And it was cool how the Sonic characters were fighting the DC villains and stuff like that. Especially the Shadow beating Joker's that was the best. Alright, let's see here. Next up, we got Slammer Party by Rui. Okay, let's see this. Where were we? I like that Joker reference made. I love the way that it worded, made it sound like you can't join this club because you have a low pain intolerance. I'll try. By the way, I think I'm gonna go make some dinner. Well, you better be back, Alex, bro. Bro is gonna make dinner. Bro, wild. Okay, another cat ad that has a cat who looks like my cat, bruh. Maybe they're just using your cat for the ads, bro. Okay, Slammer Party, bro. Let's see this.
following video is not made for kids.
Alright, KR, you cannot watch this. Please leave. Alright, KR, yo, happy birthday again, yo. Happy birthday again. Hopefully, I hope you had a good birthday, bro. I hope you had a good birthday. Bro's an actual adult now, bro. He's actually an adult. He made it, bro. He made it out here. Let's go, bro. I'm proud of you, bro. I'm proud of you.
Viewer discretion is advised. Oi! You f*** off!
Damn.
There's this one.
Ooh.
Nice.
There's also this.
Pretty.
Yes, indeed.
Or there's this.
Oh, I like that one.
Hun, Sonic would be all over you.
I'm pretty sure we watched this before, have we not? I remember this. Don't Rouge and Blaze get into a fight or something? Or was it a different video?
If he saw you in that.
You know, I heard Sonic and the boys are having a sleepover of their own.
Yes, Silver told me about that as well.
I wonder how they're doing.
Previously feeling on the brakes. It's a dive bomb move. It's a change of lead.
Hot dog. Kitty dog.
Shadow, wasn't that Sonic's?
He's already have 6 of these things. Besides, I'm hungry.
You know how Sonic is with his chili dogs. I wouldn't eat that if I were you.
Oh, please. I am not scared of Sonic. Whew. Sorry about that, guys. Alright, what did I miss? Oh.
Bro. That's fair, man. Come on.
What? I was hungry.
Just make another one.
I'm gonna punch you.
Why?
Oh, really now?
Damn.
Huh?
Are you waiting for All Hill Shadow?
There we go.
Nope. Okay.
That's better. Come here!
Whoa, easy guy. No need to make a mess.
Stay out of this, knucklehead!
Damn.
Alright, that's it! No more Mr. Nice Echidna!
Why I oughta?
Guys, stop it! This was supposed to be a guys' night, not a fight night.
Kill the future boy?
Yep, they're getting him, bro. They're jumping him now. Oh god, Silver. You messed up.
No.
You messed up, bro. Oh god. Bro, go in the refrigerator, damn.
Not the red cycle, not the detergent! Big tackle!
Oh, what am I worried about? I'm sure they're fine.
Oh, we're just getting started here.
Take that and that! What do you stop fighting over just a stupid chili dog?
I'll knock your teeth in!
I don't care! Come and get kissed by Al!
Alright, that's it.
Damn! Oh, okay. Well, I guess Shadow just killed everybody with his gun, cause why not? Okay. Yeah, that was pretty funny. That was pretty damn funny. Okay. Wow. That was something. That was definitely something. It reminded me of the video that we watched when Blaze and Rouge were fighting. It reminded me of that video. Okay, this next video was recommended by Luna. I think it was from Discord server. I don't think they are here, but they wanted me to check it out, so I guess we'll check it out. Okay. Don't totally be us. Who would be who, bro? I'm Shadow, bro. Come on now. I'm Shadow, and then y'all can choose whoever you want to choose. Okay. Oh yeah, this video. Yeah, let's see this one. Apparently, the worst video game music ever. Oh.
What about now? It's time to rock with the biggity buck bumble. What about now? It's time to rock with the biggity buck bumble. Bum to the bump to the bump to the bass. Bum to the bump to the bumble. Bum to the bump to the bump to the bass.
What?
Bum to the bump.
Ah. Okay. Oh man. Okay. But whenever I see that picture of the person holding their head or whatever it was, it always reminds me of that song, like You Didn't Have to Cut Me Off or whatever. What was it called? Somebody That I Used to Know. Bro, that song was such a banger. Guy dropped one banger and then disappeared from the face of the internet, bro. That was crazy. Not that bad. No, this is not that bad. No, that wasn't actually that bad. The Sonic Jam one was not that bad. The last one that we checked out right now, I don't think that was honestly that bad at all. But the rest of them, yeah, I could see that being horrific, bro. That was not the best. All right, we're gonna check out the meme compilation again. Let's go. Finally, I get to watch this video. Let's see here. KR would be Silver. I would probably be Sonic. Yo, some of these are bangers. I'd be Silver. What are you saying? I try to stop the argument. Probably he's a one-hit wonder. Actually, he didn't disappear. He just changed bands. Ah, okay. Well then, he shouldn't have. Why would you change bands when you made the biggest song ever, bro? Come on now. But hey, you do you in it, right? You do you. It was a good song though. It was a good song. All right, let's see. Number 25. Somebody used that song as a sample. They took the entire song and made it terrible. Wow. Well done. Of course they did. All right, let's see. Meme AI Sonic memes compilation 25.
Who are you waiting for?
My friend?
Listen, we know you're here to see an 11-year-old girl.
She said she was 12!
Sonic, we've got the screenshots where it shows that you've been sending her pictures of your toes.
No, again!
Sonic, calm down. This is already being sent to the police.
The fuck's happening over there?
Okay.
So when's the 4th of July again?
Hold on.
The fuck's happening?
Why is Knuckles with the Hold on. Why is Knuckles standing with them, bro? Why is Knuckles standing with the kids? What is happening here, bro?
Happening over there. So when's the 4th of July again? The answer's why you stupid. Stupid. Bet you won't say it to my face. Stupid. Bet you won't say it in the shower. Stupid. Bet you won't say it underwater. Stupid. Bet you won't say it in ancient text.
It's a stupid.
So you're telling me we put plants, spices, and dead animals in a cauldron and follow instruction written by people 100 years ago, and soup isn't witchcraft? Then by your definition, ocean is soup. It has meat, vegetables, salt, and water. Hey, look! Tails is practicing witchcraft.
Good soup.
Pick up your phone. Your mother is calling. Ring, ring, ring. Ring, ring. Pick up the phone. Your phone is ringing.
I gotta change my fucking ringtone. The fuck are you looking at, you oversized
Damn.
Damn, girl, are you a construction worker? Because you are building.
What? That's not how you talk to a lady, Knuckles. You gotta be more creative, just like Amy and Sonic. Now I'm lying on the cold, hard ground.
Is this what domestic abuse looks like?
I'll show you exactly what it looks like.
Don't fuck with me, Shadow. I have the power of God and anime on my side.
Let's backtrack on our cuss words backlog. The word is artifacts. Flint and steel, Shere Khan jockey, I am
How do men sit without squishing their balls?
Amy, this is not your show. She does have a good question, though.
Well?
It's really simple. My balls are made of steel. What?
This whole fiasco is giving me some
hard times. Gonna make you wanna why you need and shot.
I said stop playing that garbage music.
Then why don't you show us your playlist?
All right, feast your ears on this.
I'm gonna go jump off a building.
I literally just made a reaction to that song. I literally just made a reaction to that song a couple of days ago. What in the world, bro? What is this foreshadowing? What the hell just happened, bro?
Come on, it's not that bad.
Notice how you're the only one defending this.
That guy seems to be suffering pretty bad. There's no cuss word for today. So here's a cuss sentence. Fuck the fucking fuck.
Okay.
If you want to be positive, simply replace the word problem with the word opportunity in all your thoughts.
Okay, I have a severe drinking opportunity.
Okay, that's enough. Sonic?
You met me, this bring me up, bring me down.
That is so true. You're acting biased. I shall take my leave now.
His aura's so different, man. Bro, Shadow's aura, man. His aura's so good, bro. So good. Look at this, man. That's pure aura, man. Come on now, bro. When you said the word aura, bro, this is what you're thinking about.
I shall take my leave now.
This right here, that is aura, bro. Oh my god.
What's he doing?
He's displaying a technique called aura farming.
Yes. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Aura farming, bro. There we go. That's my goat, bro. That's my goat.
It's a pretty popular move that's executed after pulling off an epic entrance.
Oh, that sounds cool.
You get brutally molested right after.
Get the fuck down, bro. The hoes ain't watching. Hey, girl. Did you fall from heaven? Because if you've had an accident that wasn't your fault, you could be owed thousands in compensation. Personal injury lawyers for you. Is he hitting on that wall? Anyway, let me tell you about the joke.
Hey, yo, damn. Hold on.
Hey, I'm in the middle of something. Double cheeked up on a Thursday afternoon. Hella X.
We seriously need to have a talk.
He is fucking thick, all right. The cuss word of the day is...
I chose Wix for my business.
Why
because
did I
of
get
its
an ad when he
massive
was about to
scope
give me the
for
cuss word?
functionality
And okay, based on the cuss word book by Knuckles. Okay.
The letter G is just a spinning arrow. What? You're welcome.
Great, we can't unsee it now.
My entire life was a lie.
Cheer up, Tails.
Hold on.
Great, we can't...
The letter G is just...
The letter G is just a spinning arrow. Oh my god, I see it. Oh my god. Yo, this is what I'm saying, bro. Shadow with that aura, man. This guy picks up on so many things like that, bro. This guy's so goated, man. Different.
Just a spinning arrow.
Different.
You're welcome.
Great, we can't unsee it now.
My entire life was a lie.
Cheer up, Tails. At least there's peace and quiet around here. I spoke too soon.
At long last, the ultimate weapon that will end that pesky hedgehog. Now I just need to...
That is one ugly motherfucker!
How'd you get in here?
If they set that android free, it will be the end of all of us! No!
Talk about a life or death situation.
This is giving me some hard deja vu.
It's just like that time I acquired the Death Note again.
Could you shut the fuck up? That noise is killing me.
Damn.
We've got news of a red echidna found dead in Station Square.
A moment of silence for our daily cuss word friend.
It's literally your fault.
Now imagine if he got out of there and started singing Thriller by Michael Jackson.
You can't be serious. It should be Staying Alive by BJ. I shall keep my opinion to myself.
Be quiet, everyone. Knuckles is coming out.
I like men.
If your favorite color is pink, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, black, gold, silver, or Olo, then send this to someone to let them know.
Know what?
Simulating an opinion. Please hold. No. That joke was booty cheeks.
What do you think, Knuckles?
You was spot on about him. There I was, filling up the motor. I turn around, the little get it done and runner.
What? Man, what the fuck is you talking about? What the fuck was that?
Did you comprehend whatever the fuck he just said?
Analyzing.
He actually broke him.
Hey, Knuckles, if your leg gets cut off, would it hurt?
Duh.
But how, though?
Because your leg got cut off, fool.
Where are you gonna feel the pain?
In your leg.
Exactly, bro. How are you gonna feel the pain?
Okay.
If your leg is gone?
That's not how it works. That's not how it works, bro.
Actually, it will still hurt. It's a real condition called phantom pain.
Can you say that again, Tails?
You mean phantom?
When you can't even say my name.
Look, I'm running out of cuss words, okay? Just kidding. Tactical SBO fucks.
Game over.
Why does multiplying two negative numbers equal a positive number? It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't make no sense, obviously. Turn around. Turn around again.
Oh my god.
What a vote. Facing the same direction.
Okay, but then why doesn't multiplying two positive numbers equal a negative number?
Don't turn around. Don't turn around again. What a vote. Facing the same direction.
His analogies are getting better recently.
I wonder which song will Sonic gracefully sing this time.
Mega cheese, 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 cheese.
Well, there's your answer.
Do not sing that in my presence ever again.
But I like that song.
Come, let me talk to you for a sec. I don't think you heard me the first time. If you sing that shit in my presence, bacon and cheese will not be the only thing you'll be fucking tasting.
Oh man, I love Shadow, man. I love it.
Hey, wake up!
Whoa!
I found out she's beautiful.
Who?
The girl watching this.
Huh? Damn. Let's go.
Astrology is just racism for girls.
Damn.
Well, maybe I am a girl.
Well, shit, we're out of ingredients. Hey, Sonic, what else don't we have?
No flour, no sugar, no gluten, no egg, no carb, no fat, no woman, no cry, no beans, no grease, no potatoes, no tomatoes, no rams, no braves, no horse, no dogs, no chicken, no...
Life is like a sandwich. No matter which way you flip it, the bread comes first. Where the heck am I? And you are?
Shadow the Hedgehog. Target acquired. Beginning brain damage.
Wait, what?
And so you sent Sonic to get groceries?
It's a gamble, but he'll be back anytime now.
I got beans, grease, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rams, hogs, dogs, chicken, turkeys, ravioli!
Today's cuss word is fuckeries.
Why don't you take off that battle armor and slip into something more comfortable?
I am most comfortable when I am impervious to most physical forms of attacks.
Yeah, cool, but what's with the armor?
He fought a homeless man on the street.
You can't be fucking serious. You fighting homeless people now?
I mean, technically Sonic is homeless, so if we adhere to this framework, it is logically sound to infer the legitimacy of its safety.
Tails, what the fuck are you even talking about?
Guys, we live in a goddamn mansion! The next time you think of eating a chicken, just remember that they had a family just like you.
This is why I order a family bucket at KFC. No one is left behind, baby.
But they have
chicken banana. chicken banana.
That's dark.
You know what else is?
This joke has been repeated before, hasn't it?
Thank you, Modern Shadow. But no.
What about me?
For fuck's sake, no.
Oh, hey, Shadow. Yo, dap me up, boss.
Man, what the fuck was that?
Speaking of which, where's our Sonic?
Bro, who the fuck?
That was another amazing AI memes compilation. Wow, that was fun. That was really fun. Again, Shadow just being goated as usual. He's just too good, man. He's just too good. It had to be the letter G too, lol. Is that Alex? Where? Oh, I don't know. maybe it was, bro. With that accent, maybe, just maybe. Okay, we're gonna check out another video from Sonic's channel's recommendation, which is called Modern Amy vs. Boom Amy. Let me see this. No, that band he is in now is massive with fans. That's how good he is. Oh, what is it called, Wyatt? What's the band name that he's in now? Hey, if you guys have to choose Modern Amy or Boom Amy, who wins in a fight? You guys gotta choose, bro. You guys gotta choose. Boom Amy, I care. I already knew you were gonna say Boom Amy. What else, bro? What else? Modern Amy. What else, bro? What else?
Has been brought to you by Le Poo, Le Pow, Monitor.
Thing is, I just didn't ask, bro.
Link
right?
it.
So that's cool and all, but I just didn't ask.
A pain in your. I was missing.
Yo.
This is great. Who knew the thing I was missing in life was talking to, well, me?
Yeah!
How's the Sonic in your world? Is he also a pain in your butt?
Oh, for sure. He can be so immature.
And his annoying way of doing things so quickly and never taking his time that it just gets him in trouble?
Yes!
Sounds like Sonic is the same in both our worlds. Not sure if that's a good thing or not.
He may be a pain, but he's the love of my life.
Wait! Are you his girlfriend?
Of course! Are you not with your Sonic?
Well, he's like one of my best friends, but no. No. We are not.
You're lying.
No. It's true. I mean, we had a moment this one time at Christmas. I mean, we kissed, but no! We just had a lot of eggnog!
Wait, who the hell? Wait, when the hell did they kiss in Sonic Boom? I didn't watch Sonic Boom, but did they? What hold on, what?
Christmas?
What?
I mean, we kissed.
Did that actually happen? What the hell? Hold on, what? What the hell, bro?
Eggnog!
You
what
kissed
in
him?
The world?
Girl!
Even
what?
Modern Amy didn't do that shit, bro. What?
You're not with him!
We are just friends!
You are more than just his friend! Does he even know how you feel?
There's nothing to tell him!
Look!
Okay, they never kissed in Boom. Yeah, I was about to say, I'm like, there's absolutely no way that happened, but... yeah, Sean, I was shocked when they found out. It was a fun animation, they didn't kiss in Boom. Okay, it was a fan animation, I got you. Bro, I was about to tweak, I'm like, hold on, what the hell? I ain't never seen that before, bro.
The way you're acting and the story you just said, it sounds like you have a greater chance to be his girlfriend than I do with my Sonic!
You're not his girlfriend?
Who cares about the small details?
Bruh.
This is about you and your feelings for him!
He's just my friend!
Why are you afraid?
I'm not!
Yeah!
Will you just let it go?
Why are you hiding your feelings?
I don't know what you're talking about, Amy. I don't have anything to hide.
Yeah!
Later! Whoa! You move so fast! It's amazing!
I'm just as fast as my darling Sonic. Are you ready to call it quits? Never!
You're so annoyingly stubborn!
I know you are, but what am I? Oh, that's right. You!
What?
Got nothing, huh?
Not for something that stupid.
I still got you.
That's it! Ugh. You don't have your hammer and now useless. It's over.
Times like this, I'm glad I know kickboxing. You said without the hammer, I'm useless. Are you sure you're not talking about yourself? You're right about one thing, though. It's over. Yeah!
Didn't have to cut me off, bro.
That's that. Looks like I win. You know what that means, right?
Fine, I give up. You won the Chaos Emerald, right?
And
I'll talk to Sonic. What's the worst that can happen?
Okay. Well, Modern Amy won.
He's around here somewhere.
Okay, what does that happen? The following scene has eyelid issues for some reason. What the hell does that even mean?
He's around here somewhere.
You said that an hour ago.
Ah! There he is!
Wow.
That is
you are
not
good at
Sonic, bro.
finding him.
That is not Sonic. That's not Sonic, bro.
Don't underestimate my Sonic senses.
It's not Sonic.
Even if it's another Sonic.
Yep. It's not the Sonic.
That's strange.
What is it?
Well, not sure. Your Sonic is not.
That's legit metal, bro. I can tell it from a mile away, bro. You can tell from this cheek, bro. That's Metal Sonic.
As hot as I thought he would be.
Damn.
Hey!
That's right! Defend your man!
I'm not sure what to do.
Just tell him you got the Chaos Emerald, and then the rest should come naturally.
I got the Chaos
But you
Emerald.
better bring me back that Chaos Emerald, or I'm gonna have to kick your ass again.
Yeah.
Good luck, girlfriend!
Hey, Sonic! Look what I got! It's the shiny thing that Tails told us to get.
What the Chaos Emerald?
Sonic, I have something to tell you. Something we should have talked about a long time ago.
Watch out!
Huh?
Nice. Damn.
Excellent. One from each world. Bring them back to the land of darkness at the home base. Sonic will come to our rescue soon enough. It's almost ready to go into orbit.
Well, that's what happens when you don't know who the person you love is or looks like for some reason. But hey, it's just a funny video, so I understand. Okay. Dinner is cooking. We'll need to tend to it once more in a minute. Why is Alex Sonic's channel? Okay. I was replying to Sean's previous message. Oh, I got you, White. I got you. Why are they fighting a different... who knows, bro. This is so much better than Sonic vs. MLP. Also, Shadow made a solo series of Modern vs. Spoon when he made with the Tails and Shadow. Ooh, okay. Hoo. Also, that eyelid issue, that's a thing that can happen when you animate in SFM. The eyelids are like clipping. Oh, okay. I got you. Oh yeah, also, are you using the wallpaper? What wallpaper? Wallpaper? Don't get catfished, boys. Yeah. Hey, bro. Sometimes shooters gotta shoot, right? Okay, let's see. I think next suggestion is KR's. And it's a shadow video, I think it was. Why Shadow is the best Sonic character and how he has been misrepresented and ruined. Okay. The one that I made for you to put as your desktop. Oh, that one. Oh, that's what you're talking about. I know I have not done that yet, Wyatt. My bad about that. Now the next video is a 6-hour one. I might make more suggestions in a bit if we have time for it. Not MLP related. Initially, bro. You know what, bro? I'm ending the stream right now, Alex. I'm ending the damn stream right now, bro. I'm assuming that this was made before Shadow Gens came out. Well, yes, it was. It was released 4 years ago, so yes. It was before Shadow Gens. Oh, the sound's not on.
If you've seen either one of my last two videos, you'll know how important I think characterization, character development, and character consistency is. I won't explain that in this video, but definitely check out those two if you're curious. So to continue my saga in the analysis of characters from the Sonic franchise, I wanted to talk about Shadow the Hedgehog. Shadow the Hedgehog is a character beloved by many Sonic fans, myself included. He is my favorite character from the series. His character was always just appealing to me. His design, the darker tones, the more complex themes explored with his character, his rivalry with Sonic, his interaction with his teammates Rouge and Omega, everything just worked. But then something happened, something about his character changed that forever affected his status within the Sonic community. And surprisingly enough, it wasn't entirely the fault of Pontac and Graff's writing. It was a problem that introduced itself in 2005 with the Shadow the Hedgehog game. This issue was remedied with the Sonic the Hedgehog 2006 game, but then Shadow kinda had a disappearing act when it came to the main games of the series. But I'm getting a bit ahead of myself. Let's take this from the top. I'm going to split this video into two parts. The first part will cover his character in Adventure 2, Heroes, and 06. I'll be talking about why his character is just incredible and had brilliant consistency with a great arc. Then, in the second part, I will talk about the downfall of his character and why his character changed so much from what it once was. I should also point out that I'm mainly focusing on Shadow in the games and not his appearances in external media. And so, without further ado, let's get started. Let's take a trip to the beginning. Shadow was first introduced in Sonic Adventure 2. Assuming you played the hero story, you first meet Shadow after the first boss battle in a cutscene that is just so well done. You have Shadow prominently standing atop the destroyed machine holding the Chaos Emerald. As Sonic approaches him, he uses Chaos Control to teleport onto the rooftop behind him, displaying his power. As Sonic begins to figure out his powers, Shadow calmly introduces himself and proclaims that he is the ultimate life form.
I'm the world's ultimate life form. Farewell.
But look at the way this scene is shot. The camera angles are put in such a way to make Shadow seem superior and above Sonic, which is also helped by him literally being above Sonic when on the robot and the rooftop. This, along with the dialogue, introduce Shadow as this calm and collected character who believes that he is superior to everybody else. This is also seen with his character when he first meets with Eggman earlier in the Dark story. But Shadow undergoes a character arc throughout the entirety of Adventure 2. You see his true character appearing in both cutscenes and dialogue throughout the game. Even going back to that cutscene where he first meets Sonic, the trend of him being shown to be above Sonic and acting superior is kept consistent through every cutscene where they meet, aside from the final time where they meet in their respective stories. They are now standing on equal ground. Sonic has subverted Shadow's expectations throughout the entire game, getting to this point where he actually earns Shadow's respect. Even during the final boss, Shadow states that he thinks Sonic might actually be the true ultimate life form. But this is all one tiny aspect of showing the growth of his character. To truly understand his character, we need to go back even further. About 50 years. At this time, there was a military invasion aboard the space colony Ark in which Maria Robotnik, who was Shadow's best friend, was killed. Past this, Shadow has been in stasis up until being released by Eggman at the beginning of Adventure 2. In one of the cutscenes, we see Shadow having flashbacks of Maria, back to when he was aboard the Ark. Shadow mistakes the words of Maria, altering them to seek revenge on humanity to avenge her death. We learn later that Shadow's memory was altered by his creator, Gerald Robotnik, who also wanted revenge on humanity for the death of Maria, who was his granddaughter.
I plan to give you a taste of my revenge once all the 7 Chaos Emeralds are collected. Once I initiate this program, it cannot be disabled. All of you ungrateful humans who took everything away from me will feel my loss and despair.
Is there anything else you want to say?
No.
Now, even though taking revenge on the entirety of humanity is a bit much, it goes to show just how deep Shadow's relationship with Maria was. They weren't just friends, but best friends. He would do all this, no matter how corrupt it may be, because he cared for her that much. He believes that this is what Maria wanted Shadow to promise to her, and wants nothing more than to fulfill that promise to Maria. In fact, in one cutscene, Rouge asks him whether or not he is the real Shadow, and he simply states that even if he isn't the real Shadow, his promise to Maria is the realest part about him.
No doubt. Even your memories might not be real, you know?
Even if my memories are not real, it's still me, Shadow, and I will fulfill my promise to Maria. That's the only thing that matters to me now.
And throughout the story, Shadow doesn't just harbor hatred for humanity, but for himself for being unable to protect Maria on the day of the military invasion. Take for example the cutscene that plays just before Prison Island blows up. Rouge managed to get the Chaos Emerald, but is now locked in and can't escape. Shadow starts to have flashbacks of Maria and compares this situation to that. Rouge is about to die like Maria was, and Shadow didn't want to make the same mistake again. He immediately rushes to her rescue because of this. This gives insight to Shadow's character. He does care about people. He isn't emotionless, he just has a hard time displaying his emotion. Flash forward to the last story, Shadow has nearly completed his mission of taking revenge on humanity, as planned by Gerald Robotnik. But thanks to Amy appearing and pleading with Shadow to give humanity a second chance, Shadow begins to have more flashbacks about Maria. He finally remembers what Maria truly said. It wasn't for him to seek revenge, it was for Shadow to save humanity. With this revelation at hand, Shadow finally remembers the truth, sees through Gerald's tampering, and goes to continue exactly what he's been doing the whole game, fulfilling his promise to Maria. He even sheds a tear after remembering the truth and immediately jumps in to help Sonic and the others prevent the Ark from crashing and wiping out the Earth.
Shadow, I beg you, please do it for them. Give them a chance.
Shadow, I beg of you, please, do it for me.
Maria!
For all people who live on that planet, give them a chance to be happy. Let them live for their dreams. Shadow, I know you can do it. That's the reason why you were brought into this world. Sayonara, Shadow the Hedgehog.
I promised her, and I must keep that promise. That's what Maria wished for. I've gotta go now. I have to keep my promise to Maria and you.
He would do anything and stop at nothing to keep his promise, which ended up with him sacrificing his life to protect the Earth. Shadow's character arc in Sonic Adventure 2 goes to show that he isn't a one-note boring edgelord with no redeemable aspects, but a three-dimensional character with genuine heart and flaws who does truly care for people. He's not edgy, just more introverted. This can even be seen with the way he reacts to other characters throughout the game, like at the beginning when Amy first mistakes him for Sonic.
Ready? Shadow, Rouge, on with the show!
Oh, Sonic! I thought I'd never see you again. I'm so glad you made it.
Bro. Hold on, what?
If he truly was this super dark edgelord, he probably would have batted Amy away and insulted her, but he does no such thing. Now, moving on to Sonic Heroes, Shadow's character is kept consistent with the previous game. Sonic Heroes doesn't have a huge focus on story, but it got Shadow's character right. The way he acts and how he interacts with both his teammates and Sonic is done well. Even the very first cutscene of the Team Dark story gets his character. The second he was freed, E123 Omega activates and begins to attack both him and Rouge. The first thing Shadow does is get Rouge to safety before attempting to take on Omega. If he truly was Edgy the Hedgy, he would have just ignored Rouge, possibly letting her get hurt, just to duke it out with Omega. But he doesn't, because that isn't Shadow. After this fight is resolved, Rouge instigates the formation of Team Dark, with both her and Omega becoming Shadow's closest friends. This is another interesting point. Shadow shows no resistance to the formation of this team. Why? Because he genuinely enjoys being with these two and hanging out with them, even if he doesn't always show it. The story here is that Shadow managed to survive after beating the Biolizard in Adventure 2, but now has amnesia, which leads him to question who he is and whether or not he is the real Shadow. In the small cutscene that plays just before you start the Egg Fleet, Shadow declares that he doesn't care if he is real and that he'll just be himself, Shadow the Hedgehog. This is a small but great character arc for Shadow. It's confirmed in the Shadow the Hedgehog game during the final boss that this Shadow is in fact the real one. But the great thing about Sonic Heroes is that we don't actually know that. The ambiguity of this fact actually adds to his character here and reinforces his character arc. I'm just gonna go ahead and skip over the 2005 Shadow the Hedgehog game for now and jump straight into Sonic 06. Say what you will about this game, but they got Shadow's character down brilliantly here, mainly due to his dynamic with Mephiles the Dog. Shadow and Mephiles encounter each other multiple times throughout the story, but I'm just going to pick out a couple of these encounters. The first is their encounter in Flame Core. In this cutscene, Mephiles shows Shadow a projection of his fate in the future, stating that humanity feared Shadow's power and eventually hunted him down. You can see from Shadow's body language and physical reactions to this information that he is hurt by this news. But then Mephiles asks Shadow to join him, to which Shadow stands firmly against him, stating that he determines his own destiny.
Come with me, Shadow. Let us punish this foolish world of humanity. It's only fair to give back what was intended for you. You have every right to want justice.
That's absurd. Whatever it is you want to do, you can do it alone.
You forgive humanity this folly, then?
I determine my own destiny.
If you're neurodivergent, the internet can feel overwhelming. So we created the TD Accessibility.
Now, onto the second example, which is during the final cutscene of Shadow's story. In this cutscene, Mephiles questions why Shadow continues to fight for humanity even though humanity will eventually betray him. The response that Shadow gives is hands down my favorite line that he has ever said.
You must realize now that you cannot hope to stop me with your limited power.
So you say.
It's futile. The world will betray you. Why fight at all? Why risk your life for those who will persecute you later?
If the world chooses to become my enemy, I will fight like I always have.
Both of these cutscenes reinforce how much Shadow's character has grown since his first appearance, excluding Shadow the Hedgehog. He doesn't hold a petty grudge against humanity like he once did back in Adventure 2, but instead proclaims that he will continue to fight no matter what. This also ties back to his promise to Maria about protecting humanity and explains why Shadow continues to fight for humanity because he still wants to continue to fulfill his promise to Maria. The fact that he's willing to fight for humanity even though they will turn on him just because of his promise to Maria reinforces his friendship with her and how strong it was. But another amazing dynamic they nailed is the one between him and Team Dark. The way he interacts with Rouge and Omega is in a way that is consistent with their established friendship. He talks with them a lot, saves Rouge at one point, which admittedly does lead to the release of Mephiles, and even steps in front of Rouge to take on Iblis in his second phase when he attacks. But the bigger interaction he has here is with Omega. We learn later in Shadow's campaign that the person who defeats and seals Shadow in the future is Omega. Omega confesses this information to Shadow, and he, like earlier, shows through his body language that he is hurt by this information. It wasn't just humanity who turned on Shadow, it was also one of his closest friends.
The one that defeats and seals you in the future is me.
Rouge even jumps in to defend Shadow and states that if the whole world turns on him, she will always remain by his side.
It's so unfair. Shadow's always here to defend the world. Despite that,
eventually, when something or someone is seen as too powerful, it is seen as a threat. And then the world becomes its enemy.
Shadow? Even if you believe everyone in the world will be against you, know that I'll always remain by your side. Remember that.
I will.
But even when learning of this betrayal, Shadow still stays with his friends and defeats Mephiles, true to his character. Through all these examples I've given, you can see how Shadow is actually a very deep and complex character. He isn't just a hate-filled, edgy character with no redeemable aspects. These 3 games go to great length to explore Shadow's character properly, and not just give in to all the stereotypes of his character that were made. Unfortunately, the Shadow the Hedgehog game exists.
We, the Wanted. Azzaro Forever Wanted, the new elixir.
After Sonic Adventure 2 and Sonic Heroes, Shadow was extremely popular. So much so that Sonic Team decided to give him his own game. But the character of Shadow feels as though he has been regressed. The character arcs that he underwent, the character development that he received in Adventure 2 and Heroes means nothing. In this game, he becomes the over-the-top dark edgelord that he has been commonly misjudged as. You know, that trait that he put behind him after his character arc in Adventure 2? He keeps dwelling on the past and wondering if he's the real Shadow. You know, that issue that he moved on from after his character arc in Heroes? This game just strips Shadow of all his character development, leaving us with this little bundle of hatred that I really don't care about. Look at the first opening cutscene. You have Shadow standing on a hill wondering about his past. Already there's an issue here, but then when the alien invasion begins and innocent citizens are being injured and killed, Shadow just calls the humans pathetic and says he doesn't have time to help them.
Look how pathetic they are. I don't have time for these humans.
Really? Remember how Shadow sacrificed himself to keep Maria's promise about saving humanity? Well, this game sure as hell doesn't. Shadow is right now going against his promise to Maria. He's not protecting humanity at all. Then Black Doom appears, offering Shadow information about his past in exchange for the emeralds. And then Shadow finally gets off his ass and goes to do something. I just want to point out that all these issues are just in the very first cutscene, and it doesn't get much better from here. Okay, just to be clear here, this game outside of the last story actually has multiple endings with different paths. The way Shadow acts in the hero path is kind of consistent with his character. He does eventually come to terms with who he is, and even turns on Black Doom because he wants to fulfill his promise to Maria. It's his character in the other 4/5 of the game that is just wrong. And yes, even though he does go through a character arc and technically by the end has the same character as the Shadow at the end of Heroes, the issue here is that they're just having him repeat his character development that he's already received. They removed his character development for the most part, just to have him pretty much go through the same character arc. Like, for example, in the Lost Stories segment, Shadow states that he's putting the past behind him. Great. But didn't he already do that in Heroes? I just find it a bit redundant that they would have him repeat his already established character development just to have this game and this game's storyline exist. There are many ways you could have used Shadow's amnesia to benefit his character and perhaps further character development, but here they just regress his character to go along with this plot. There are many people who complain about the additions to Shadow's backstory in this game in terms of Black Doom and his involvement. For those who don't know, I'll just give a brief description of this. Gerald Robotnik wanted to create the ultimate life form to help cure Maria of her incurable neurodegenerative disease. This failed and led to the creation of the Bio-Lizard, which Shadow defeats in Adventure 2. This caused Gerald to strike a deal with Black Doom, which was that Gerald would have to obtain the Chaos Emeralds for him, and in exchange, he would give him some of his DNA that was used to create Shadow. I don't really mind these additions too much. I'll admit that they weren't exactly needed additions, but they have no real bearing on Shadow's character overall. Remember how by the end of Adventure 2, Shadow saw Sonic as his equal and grew to respect him? Well, this game forgets that too. Shadow is back to thinking Sonic is weak and insignificant. Even at one point, he beats Sonic in a fight as though he is an enemy. That is a very villainous portrayal of Shadow's character. At worst, Shadow is an anti-hero, but not a villain. The character here isn't 100% ruined though. His interactions with Maria in the flashback scenes are still good, but in no way does that redeem his character that we play as in the game. The big problem with Shadow's writing in this game is that it reinforces Shadow as the stereotypical edgelord that people often mistook him to be. And because this game is called Shadow the Hedgehog, writers and developers will always look to this game to reference Shadow's character. Now, Shadow's writing post 06 is also horrible. Why? Because the writers, yeah, you may know them, only looked at this game for inspiration. People look at this game and go, oh, this must be what Shadow is always like because this game is called Shadow the Hedgehog. Everyone likes to draw comparisons between the Sonic series and the Dragon Ball series. And one common comparison made is that people simply said that Shadow is just a Vegeta clone. This was not the case, at least for his character in Adventure 2 Heroes in 06.
Refresh the everyday with Mentos Go. Yes to fresh.
Even in the Shadow the Hedgehog game, there were some aspects which separated the two. Minor aspects albeit, but aspects nonetheless. But from 2010 onwards, yeah, you can pretty much call Shadow a Vegeta clone. He is not much different to Vegeta at all, other than looking different. Remember the article that I showed in my previous video that showed that Pontac had no clue about anything in the Sonic series and wrote by referencing Wikipedia and some cutscenes? Well, I can almost guarantee that these writers probably just looked at the cutscenes from the Shadow the Hedgehog game and took that at face value as being Shadow's character. Shadow has been misrepresented as this dark edgelord so much that he has now become one. Shadow's character is the literal definition of the quote, "You either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain." Now, one cause which contributes to the poor writing of the characters like Shadow are the Sega mandates. These are a list of rules about specific franchises, such as the Sonic franchise, that developers and writers must adhere to. These rules have restricted creative freedom with writing and as such has affected many of the characters in the series. It's even affected Shadow's character in the IDW comics, where he just acts like he does in the games post-2010. Another point that's often brought up when talking about Shadow's character is how horribly written he is in Sonic Boom. Here, his darkness and edginess are cranked up to the absolute max, such that he is now actually a villain. And whilst I can agree that the character here sucks, I really don't dwell on it too much. That's just because the Boom universe is a completely separate universe to the main canon, so character changes here can be forgiven. Is he well written in Boom? Hell no. But my main focus is on the representation of Shadow in the main canon, because the Shadow we see in Forces and the Shadow we see in Adventure 2 are canonically the same Shadow the Hedgehog. I think the saddest thing about Shadow now, aside from his character being completely bastardized, is how underutilized he is in games. When it comes to the games, especially ones like Sonic Forces, he's just a marketing tool. He's barely relevant to the story and doesn't appear outside of a few cutscenes, but always manages to be on every advertisement and every poster, as if he's just being used to taunt adventure fans and fans of the real Shadow the Hedgehog. I hope that for the 30th anniversary, we do get an Adventure 2 remake alongside a potential Adventure 1 remake, because at least then, people will actually get to see Shadow for what he truly is like, his real character, not this one-dimensional shell of anger and edge that he has become. Is there hope for Shadow's character moving forward? Maybe, but it will take a hell of a lot of damage control to fix his character after it's been misrepresented for this long. As I spoke about in my New Era of Sonic video, it looks like we're getting new writers for the games, so there is hope that his character can be altered and fixed to go back to the ways that it once was. Shadow the Hedgehog is my favorite character from the series, and through how much his character has been wrecked, he will continue to be my favorite character from the Sonic series, because I can always look back at these 3 games and remember the real Shadow the Hedgehog. A character with a genuinely gripping character arc, a character who is complex, a character who does care about others, despite his introverted nature, a character who is just badass and strong, a character who is a hero.
Do you really think that the professor created him, Shadow, to carry out the revenge on all those who live here on Earth?
He was what he was, a brave and heroic hedgehog who gave his life to save this planet. Shadow the Hedgehog.
Shadow's the best, bro. Shadow's the best, and they tried to ruin his character, bro. They really tried it. They really did, but you just can't, bro. Shadow's just too goated, bro. Let's see here. Okay. Alright. Alright, we're gonna end on this video from KR again. Why Sonic's character is phenomenal in Sonic Frontiers. So this will be the last video for today. And then we'll get into more stuff next week. Alright, let's see why Sonic's character is phenomenal in Sonic Frontiers.
Before this video begins, I just want to give a big shout out to my top tier Patreon supporters, William the Weeb and Dab. Beyond in supporting this channel. Anyways, let's get started. With the advent of the final Sonic Frontiers update releasing, and yes, I know that was well over a month ago, I figured now would be a good time to take a look at all the characters in the game and analyze them completely. Now, if you recall all the way back to my original Sonic character analysis, I stated that the current writers at the time left a lot to be desired and that they should be replaced, and in my opinion, I suggested that Ian Flynn should take the helm, given his track record with the IDW comics. And what do you know? Exactly that happened, and I think it's safe to say that I was pretty fucking excited about it.
Yes! Yeah! Oh, better luck next time, buddy! Woo!
The writing of this franchise has always been important to me, especially since I grew up in the so-called Dark Age of Sonic, an era that emphasized its writing a lot more than the classic titles. And one of my favorite aspects of the writing was the characterization of Sonic. The way that his character was captured in these games, especially in titles like Adventure 2, was done almost perfectly. It nailed the idea of Sonic being this beacon of freedom, hope, and expression. His actions and antics, mixed in with that slight 90s edge with those brief quips, formed a strong core for the character. But on top of all this, Sonic also knew when to take situations seriously. He wasn't all jokes, like in the legendary cutscene where Robotnik captured and fired Sonic into space, supposedly killing him, or during the end credits in Adventure 2 where he consoled Rouge after Shadow supposedly died. He was just a good person that many looked up to, a hero, if you will. But that's not to say that his actual character was that of this perfect saint that could do no bad. Case in point, Sonic and the Black Knight. The game that I still say to this day has the best characterization of Sonic, because it had the balls to explore the imperfect side of the character. I've said it before, but his showdown with Mileena revealed that he isn't someone who always does the right thing, but that he's someone who simply tries to do the right thing. Mileena was someone who went so far to try and save her world that she steeped it in darkness and evil, knowing that otherwise it would have come to an end. But Sonic believes that what makes life worth living is that inevitability of the end. See what I did there? That's why Sonic fought Mileena in this clash of ideologies, and with that the question can be asked, was Sonic right? And honestly, there's no clear answer. You could argue that Sonic was wrong for essentially stopping a world from being able to exist forever, or right for stopping a world from succumbing to evil. This game's writing showed Sonic's morality and displayed that he doesn't always do what is objectively good, but simply what he believes to be good. A very important distinction that adds to the character, making him more three-dimensional than the standard good guy protagonist. Honestly, the best way to sum up his character during this period is with the legendary line.
Omega, I'm pretty sure I already checked the video out that you're talking about in the comments. I love that song. It popped up on my YouTube homepage like what, a week ago or something? I forgot when it was, or however long it's been. And I already checked out the video, Omega. I loved it. It was really good. It was really, really good.
Fine.
One!
No, not that one. This one.
What you see is what you get. Just a guy that loves adventure. I'm Sonic the Hedgehog!
But then, the 2010s happened. And yeah, this interpretation of the character was god-awful. He never knew when to take anything seriously, always undermining every situation by spouting awful jokes and one-liners because, well, that's all his character was.
Destroy me? You and what mustache? If it pleases the court, all those who think Eggman is a total bonehead raise their hands. Baldy nose hair! That's the best thing I've heard all day!
Shut up, just shut up, shut up, shut up, shut it up.
Sure, he did the hero thing and saved the day, but it felt almost disingenuous because it was like he was doing that not because it's in his nature, but because he's the protagonist of the franchise and so he has to be the good guy. Honestly, for me, he was insufferable to watch. He just became a shallow one-dimensional character when that was never the case. When the Mega Drive classics with absolutely no dialogue showcase a greater understanding of the character of Sonic than an entire decade of writing, yeah, something's kind of fucked. The best word that I can use to describe his character here is corporate. Nothing about him here felt natural. We knew Sega had shifted and was trying to reach a new and younger audience, but they sacrificed the heart and soul of their writing in the progress to make it happen. It's reached a point now that whenever I revisit titles from the last decade, I just skip the cutscenes to avoid the bad writing. Yeah, it's that awful, and I've got plenty of videos ripping that decade's writing a new one. Thankfully though, Frontier swooped in and damn near nailed the character. Sonic in this game feels like he's back to his old self. All of the characteristics that we know and love about the guy are on full display here, even from the very beginning. After Sonic gets separated from his friends, and we play through Green Hill, again, he's met by a mysterious voice that definitely isn't the final boss or anything, and it tells him to go and get the emeralds. And Sonic kinda shrugs it off with a, yeah, why not? People have complained that Sonic should have been a little more skeptical of this strange voice, but honestly, at this point all Sonic cares about is finding his friends, so he's willing to go to whatever lengths are necessary to do that, tying into his caring nature. Not to mention that Sonic can be impatient at times, evidenced by these little gestures like him tapping his arms. And we know that from time to time, he does act brashly, and I'm happy to see that it's his missing friends that brings this out of him. And speaking of his friends, his interactions with everyone in this game is absolutely the bread and butter of his characterization. The first character that we come across is Amy, and their dynamic just feels so much more refined here.
If you don't know where to start in Top Heroes World, the Springland is a great place to start. There are low-level enemies.
Gone are the days of Amy endlessly chasing after Sonic, and in some cases so aggressively a lawsuit could be filed, with the two now being able to finally communicate with each other. The conversations now feel so much more grounded, with neither side acting too intensely, something that's rarely been seen in the past. One of my favorite parts during the story that I have yet to hear anyone talk about is from the cutscene with the mother Coco who's lost her children.
Sonic, over here! This poor mother says she's lost her children. Can you lead them back here, please?
Sure thing.
Did you notice something about that scene? It's how Sonic starts speaking before Amy's even finished, as if her saying that this mother who's lost her kids was all she needed to say for Sonic to immediately jump into action with no second thoughts. Again, he's someone who always tries to do the right thing, and helping this mother is just one of them. Gone are the days of Adventure 2 where the characters just talk over each other because of translation issues, so this feels like a purposeful choice. I mean, there's every chance that this isn't the case and I'm just looking way too deeply into this, but hey, I'm just that kind of guy. And other great moments on this island is just Sonic being there for Amy. Amy was distraught after seeing the mother Coco and her children pass on, as well as witnessing the flashback showing the two lovers dying in each other's arms. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, the Sonic franchise is back to killing kids. But the way that Sonic responds to Amy here is simply by stepping back and comforting her. This shows Sonic's softer side and, ironically enough, his willingness to slow down for the people he cares for the most. Something we'll be seeing a few more times in this game. And it's scenes like these that make this incarnation of the character so much better than the 2010s, because you know for a fact that the last decade would never be able to pull off this kind of writing. What would most likely happen is that Sonic would just spew some unfunny joke about the situation and then run off. And remember earlier when I said that Sonic isn't always the perfect character? Well, that's showcased very nicely here when Sonic tells Amy that they should leave the Coco to wrap up their own problems, seeing as they have their own issues that are more pressing, once again highlighting that signature impatience. But Amy snaps him right out of it, knowing that Sonic will always be there to help those in need. It's not like Sonic's trying to be a bad guy here, he's just so blinded by wanting to help his friends that helping the Coco seems like a waste of time to him. And this lesson here is kept consistent as for the rest of the game, he helps the Coco without questioning it. I also like that Sonic in this game isn't treated like an idiot. Don't get me wrong, he never stooped to the levels of Knuckles nor rose to the levels of Tails in terms of intelligence, but it's nice to see him not being a complete dumbass here. He was genuinely able to showcase rational thinking this time around, like when he questions the correlation between the Emeralds and the Ancients' technology.
So, something's been bugging me about these ruins. The whole reason we came was because Tails detected the Chaos Emeralds were drawn here, right? And now I'm finding digital keys and confinement towers that seem custom-made to hold the emeralds. Like half this stuff was built with them in mind.
Maybe the ancients used the Chaos Emeralds in the past. We've learned of other past civilizations who did too.
Yeah, but those groups tried to use them. And the stuff here seems all about containment.
From just this first island, we can see how different the tone is with both this game and Sonic himself. And reflecting this is the new voice direction by Roger Craig Smith, and I like it. It gives Roger a more distinct and almost mature take on the character, instead of it feeling like a forced imitation of previous voice actors. Sonic actually feels far more emotive here because of it, stiff animations aside. This may have something to do with the fact that Roger, actually has a good script for the first time, but I do think that this has been his best performance yet. My only real issue lies in the fact that they're still using the Forces model. I just don't think it suits the voice super well. The shorter spines and light blue fur makes him look younger and more classic-like, which really contrasts with the deeper performance we got this time around. I think something closer to the 06 style of model would have worked a lot better here, or honestly at this point just go back to the Unleashed model. But hey, that's a discussion for another time. Anyways, let's move on to Knuckles on Ares Island, and yeah, once again they do a great job with both characters. The way that they interact really gives off that sense that these are two people who have known each other for a long time. They do act competitive, but in a playful way. It actually kinda gives me Ninja Turtle vibes sometimes. They do taunt and mock each other, and yet you know these are two guys who have each other's backs through thick and thin. Although I will say they do give each other the fuck me eyes one too many times for coincidence. Even before he frees him, you see that Sonic has this cocky smile plastered on his face from the moment he saw Knuckles. But like before, his playful and sarcastic nature isn't all there is to him, with him being able to lift up Knuckles when he felt particularly down.
Ages ago, my people were wiped out by a cataclysm. I know the Coco faced something similar. It reminds me I'm the last Echidna, that I'm alone.
You may be the last, but you're not alone. You've got us, Knucklehead.
I'll admit, I do envy your lifestyle. Freedom to go where you want, when you want.
So do it. Get out there and live a little.
Maybe I could. But first I need to be back to normal. So hurry up and get me back to normal.
Anything to get you away from me.
Isn't it absolutely bonkers that you can walk into a store, hand someone a piece of plastic,
And one of my favorite details here is how Sonic has this smile on him at the beginning of the scene, anticipating his usual banter with Knuckles, but quickly gets rid of it, realizing that this situation is far more somber. That's one of those little things that the animators really didn't need to include, and yet they did, and it goes that extra mile in showcasing Sonic's character. In fact, I love that Sonic is just generally more serious in this game. Sure, he still cracks a joke every once in a while and spews a one-liner here and there, but when he needs to put his head down, he does. This goes to great lengths in making him feel like an actual character again, with him assessing the situation and responding appropriately. Yeah, Sonic's still cocky, but that's always been in his nature. It wouldn't make sense to remove that, because then Sonic would have the same issues as the 2010s of being far too one-note. An overly serious Sonic could be just as bad as an overly jokey Sonic. What makes his jokes and one-liners work so well this time around compared to the 2010s is that they're nicely balanced with all of his other characteristics, so it never feels like it completely encompasses the character. Plus, it's a huge bonus that the writing is, good. I mean, this is the same game that can have heavy scenes involving dealing with death, as well as having Sonic bust a move when getting an emerald, and they managed to pull it off without either extreme feeling out of character. And this great balancing of characteristics works especially well when it comes to his enemies. I've stated multiple times that a good villain is stemmed from their ability to be a legitimate threat. But in many cases, like the 2010s, Sonic treated these enemies as a joke, and so it removed any tension from the situation, leaving the audience feeling disconnected with the villains and even Sonic himself. But because Sonic takes the villains seriously this time around, we can take them seriously, allowing them to be more than just a joke, which really helped in building up the end as this huge final battle. It's too bad that all that build-up was for an Ikaruga clone, but hey, the third update fixed the final boss into what it should have been, and I'll get to that in just a bit. But upon arriving on the third island, we come across Tails, and once again, their interactions are amazing. Tails spends a lot of time in this game questioning himself, doubting himself, wondering if he's just holding people back. And in one of the most infamous cutscenes in this game, he brings up how he relies on others too much and how he acted in games like Sonic Forces. You know, that game where he watched Sonic get his ass whooped for a while and then proceeded to spread his cheeks for Chaos Zero. Chaos fucking Zero! You know what? I already talked about how shit this scene was in my Tails character analysis, just go and watch that. But Sonic responds by simply bringing up all the times that Tails has helped save the day, like when he stopped Robotnik from blowing up Station Square, or when he rescued Sonic from prison. Simply saying that it's okay to need help sometimes, that it's all a part of growing up.
You can see with Sonic's animations and physical reactions to how Tails describes himself that he hates seeing him like this. He hates watching this incredible person that he's known for so long that has all the potential in the world doubt himself, and so he consoles him. It's been so long since we've been able to see Sonic act with any kind of insight like this, and it really depicts him as this older brother figure to Tails, even going so far as to call him Little Bro, something I don't think has ever been said in the games. And all of this leads Tails to a revelation. No, not that kind. In fact, all three of these guys come to their own decisions about their futures. You see, there's a common theme in this game which is about moving on and not getting stuck in the past. Amy wants to separate herself from Sonic and go off and do her own thing, sharing her love with the world, whatever that means. Knuckles wants to one day do more than just simply be the guardian of the Master Emerald, tying back to his arc in Adventure 2. And Tails wants to go off on his own to prove his capabilities to not only himself, but to Sonic. Everyone wants to go off and be the best version of themselves, and the common aspect here is that all this change is catalyzed by Sonic, which I've said in the past is one of his most endearing qualities. How he has a flat character arc and doesn't really change, but inspires others to become the best they can be, something we've seen time and time again in the series with characters like Shadow and Silver. Hell, if you really want proof of this, then look no further than Sage, the newcomer and killer AI that's literally programmed to be Sonic's enemy. But witnessing Sonic across the game manages to break her hardened exterior, even getting her to shed tears over how strong his bond with Tails is. By the end of the game, Sage had shifted, even giving her own life to protect Sonic and the world, at least in one ending. But even in the alternate ending that we got thanks to the third update, she still works alongside Sonic against the end. And I really like how Sonic spends a good chunk of his interactions with her just trying to help, or at the very least, try to understand who she is and why she's doing what she's doing. It kinda gave me flashbacks to the Sonic vs. Melina fight where, before they fought, Sonic simply tried to understand her and her motives. Another great thing that this game does is showcasing Sonic's unwavering determination, a lot of which is witnessed through the cyber corruption subplot. You see, each time that Sonic freed his friends or interacted with cyberspace, he absorbed cyber energy that eventually accumulated, slowly causing him greater amounts of pain. And hey, look at that, it's even reflected in Sonic's idle animations. Although I will say it looks more like a mild headache than a life-threatening issue. But even through all this pain, he pushes forward, wanting nothing more than to save his friends, regardless of his own well-being. Even Sage questions Sonic about this, but Sonic simply responds with a half-hearted smile and keeps going. Now, in the original game, this subplot ended in a pretty lame way, with him getting stuck in limbo and freezing, only to be freed after 3 minutes thanks to the glorious power of friendship like this was Fairy Tail. Although I will admit it was an admirable act that he was more than ready to sacrifice his own life to help his friends, but that's just the kind of thing you'd expect him to do. But thanks to the third update, the ending's a little different. This time, Sonic now works alongside his friends, with them going after the emeralds whilst Sonic walks a bit of a different path. Unlike the original story where cyber corruption is just kinda discarded, he must now figure out how to master it in order to become even stronger, with him taking on a series of arduous trials to prove his strength to the ancients.
BC's public services are stretched right now.
Bro, these ads, man. Damn, bro's getting squashed. And what's the ad? Vector. Let's go, bro. Kellogg's.
And I fucking mean arduous. You have to absolutely bring your A game for this. Sonic is given the hardest challenges of the game so far, with you facing some of the toughest enemies whilst being under a strict time limit and being stuck at level 1. Now these trials were quite tough, but with some practice, very doable. But nothing, and I mean nothing, compares to the Master King Coco trial, where you need to take on 3 Titan bosses back to back with only 400 rings, being stuck at level 1, and only being able to use the perfect parry. I've heard horror stories of people who've actually outright quit the game because of how difficult this was. I think this is the most I've ever been tested in a Sonic game. I mean, it took me 12 tries before I passed on hard difficulty. I mean, could you even imagine what extreme difficulty must look like? You need to be damn near perfect here and have a mastery over Sonic's moveset like you've never had before. I mean, what can I say? The bearded bastard over here expects perfection. It all culminates with him being given the strength to unlock this, what many people call Cyber Supersonic or simply just Super Sonic 2. Again, this shows just how far Sonic's willing to push himself to stop the threat of the end and save his friends. And as much as you can complain about the difficulty of getting to this point, I think it does well to reflect just how much Sonic had to prove to get this new strength. Kind of making it feel like you're going on the same journey as him, experiencing the same tribulations as he does, almost justifying the difficulty of these trials. Almost. And just look at how powerful he is now, effortlessly batting the End's attacks away and casually just fucking him up without ever needing to uncross his arms. Just look at this, it's ridiculous, I love it. Not to mention the very end of the fight where he goes all out and allows the cyber corruption to take over as he gets shot towards the end to deal the final blow in one of the most ridiculous yet amazing moments in the franchise, even though he was warned specifically to not do that. Which again displays his brashness and also how far he's willing to push himself for the people he cares for. And we even get this nice little nod to the Fleetway comics here as the corruption took hold. I mean, this is the kind of thing that 99% of the people playing wouldn't even notice. I know I'm absolutely fanboying over this, but all of this does show how Sonic has grown and, more importantly, how he can still grow. Just because Sonic has a flat character arc doesn't mean he hasn't changed at all. He has gone through all these adventures, remember. Nobody could go through all of that and not experience even the tiniest bit of change. Now all we need is Hypersonic back. Make it happen, Sega. You probably won't, but damn it, I'm holding out hope. And to top off this list of characteristics, Sonic's definitely not lost that trademark sense of adventure. He still looks forward to all the new challenges and experiences life has to offer. After all, in his own words, you gotta live life to the fullest in the time that you have. That's why he's not the type to settle down, something showcased perfectly in this game with lines like,
"Careful? Where's the fun in that?"
Not to mention that smile and rush he gets when facing each of the Titans. He'll never lose that sense of excitement, especially when the odds are seemingly against him. Cause he's just a guy that loves adventure. He's Sonic the Hedgehog.
Let's go!
Ultimately, this game, in my opinion, single-handedly revived the character of Sonic. It not only perfectly captures all of his characteristics, but balances them to damn near perfection, giving us this version of Sonic that we haven't seen in over a decade. It feels so good to not have to turn to external media like the IDW comics to be able to get good characterization out of the protagonist of the franchise. Gone are the days of baldy nose hair, gone are the days of shitty jokes, gone are the days of the last decade. Sonic actually feels like Sonic again. Playing through this story again and seeing how well written Sonic was just took me back to the 2000s when I was a kid, and it was an absolute joy. It's been a long time, but Sonic is finally back, and I cannot wait to see what they have in store for the Blue Blur. Hopefully they keep this level of writing going for the foreseeable future, but as always, only time will tell. Well, thank you all so much for watching. Before we get to the usual outro goodness, I just want to take this time to thank you all so much for the support, especially...
Let's go! Okay, that was... Sonic's character being phenomenal in Sonic Frontiers. Okay. Got you, bro. I got you. Alright. I think that's the end of that. That we should be good for today. But yeah, that was fun. That was some fun opinions, some fun information that we got, and yeah, it was pretty damn cool. This stream showcased once again why Shadow is the GOAT and the best character ever. But yeah, you know, yeah, you gotta just say all hail Shadow. That's about it. That is about it, bro. And yeah, so let me see here. He's a good metal scream, bruh. White is seething right now. Stream 100 got to be over 4 hours though. That's all I am saying. Okay, well, we'll see, KR, bro. We'll see. 100, you know what? Stream 100 hours, bro. 100-hour stream. We're gonna do that, bro. We're gonna do a 100-hour stream for 100 for stream number 100. That's what we're gonna do. And yeah, we should aim for like a 6-hour stream for 100. Okay, bro. Nah, I'm gonna aim for 100. I'm gonna aim for 100, bro. Well, you said it, not us, girl. 100 hours. Oh yeah, definitely, bro. Be on the lookout for that. Be on the lookout for that, bro. Yeah, okay, that is that. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you for the suggestions. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the fun time. I hope you all had fun. And yeah, I'll put it in my calendar. Oh my god, bro. 100,000 hours, bro. What? Oh hell nah. Have I even lived that long, bro? I don't even know. Probably. I probably have. Okay. Anyways. Yeah. Well, that was fun. I hope everybody has a great rest of your day, great rest of your night. And yeah, your suggestions were really good, KR. So thank you for those suggestions. Thank you for the suggestions from Sean. Alex, the music we checked out from you was pretty cool as well. And yeah, we'll end it there. So thank you all once again. I hope you all have a great day or a great night. Go get some rest. I know, Alex, you need to sleep, bro. Or at least eat your dinner if you haven't already. KR, you should probably sleep soon. And yeah, that's about it. So hopefully I'll see you guys all next stream. So until then, please take care, have fun, enjoy life, and I'll see you guys very, very soon. All right, so 10 seconds and then I end it. Okay, so 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, that is it for today. Goodbye for now. Thank you all for joining. All right, so see you. Take care.